How's it going, everybody? Donut here. As always, this is the Black Lives Matter, all cops are bastards, and trans rights supporting channel. If you're not supporting that shit, get the fuck off this channel. We are reading another shoujo series here by Riyoko Ikeda. If you're not checked it out yet, we read 2 one-shots by Riyoko Ikeda that came out before this. Well, one of them didn't, one of them came out after this. I didn't realize that, but you can go check those out. But yeah, so this is Futari Pochi, Together Alone. My god, just looking at this cover, I love women. I love women so much. God damn, this is such a good cover. I really love the aesthetic of shoujo stuff. Would I say I'm a huge fan of shoujo? Not particularly. But that's more just because I'm not, I have not dived into it too much. I've read very few shoujo series. Probably more than a lot of other people, to be fair, the average anime manga fan. But still, in the grand scheme of things, I wouldn't exactly call myself a shoujo fan, having met other shoujo fans. But I just love the aesthetics of them so much, and it's been great, wanting to get into it on the ground floor right here at the golden age of shoujo in the 70s. So we got one girl here who looks very, very rich, high class, high society, and then the other one is just a cutesy girl. She's a little bit upper class, but not like poor or anything like that, but definitely upper class. But still, you can see the difference between upper class and extremely rich. It's interesting that a lot of shoujo does that sort of dynamic more. You don't have the dynamic of poor and rich. You have the dynamic of upper class and rich. But there's such a huge gap between those two. And I could be entirely wrong. That could not be the case here at all, but that's just the vibe I'm getting. And also very similar to the one we read before. Honestly, both of them. Seems like, this mangaka does a lot with just, women on women stuff, Not necessarily lesbian plots or anything like that, but definitely a lot of, women interacting with other women, where the men are more, the secondary, tertiary, they're more of a plot device than an actual character. But yeah, love the colors. You love how the shoujo eyes. Never get sick of the shoujo eyes. They're so good. And I mean, so much manga that we've read here in the 60s and 70s, I've said, this is a great idea, but what would make this much better is if this was written like a shoujo. Because we have read, Ishinomori is a mangaka that we've read a few stuff of, and he's the kind of guy who will run a series for one demographic and go, that didn't work, I'm going to do the same series again, different demographic. And each time he's done that, I think the shoujo versions of them work the best. So I do think, of all manga around this time, the shoujo ones have held up the best, I think, compared to the shonens and the seinens and stuff. Okay, and yeah, damn, she is tall, very tall. But yeah, whatever this pattern is it's kind of going over everything, actually. But yeah, I like the way this artist draws. I don't know what else to say, I just like this mangaka. She's a good artist. I'm a fan for someone who can draw really well while having an extremely amateurish style. There is nothing about this style that's wow, that looks like a pro mangaka. It's no, look at these hands. Terrible. But there's something about, I don't like it because of that, but I like it in spite of that. Someone who is clearly so amateur, and yet still they're doing actually such a good job. They understand the basic principles of manga so intrinsically. Damn, this looks good too. I mean, again, kind of what I'm getting across is just good character designs, There's not a lot of great character designs at this time in manga and anime, that isn't super cartoony, hyper cartoony. That's where, a lot of interesting characters are coming from. But people able to just do a casually really good design, definitely a lot more rare. It's not unheard of, but it's definitely more rare. Okay, so we're starting at a girls' college here. I will not allow it. It's only fair that everyone has their turn to clean in class. Having only people you decide to do it, that's just wrong. But alright, yeah, so they're arguing over class duties, or after class duties. But okay, she's saying, somehow, deciding each of the roles for the others will help avoid inequality. How? How in what way? You're just suggesting that because you don't want to clean. You're being outrageous and too distrusting. Such a fucking fancy, this is an all-girls school-ass conversation. But alright, it bumps into us. Hey, rude. Trip her. Okay, these two. Are these the two on the cover, actually? Do they just go to the same school? But okay, yes, maybe I was completely wrong on the different statuses between them. But yeah, they got it out for each other. Always bickering. Yeah, always at it. So that's Reiko Higaki and Kaoru Matsubara from Class 2A. So, okay, yeah, they're quite young. Okay, so Matsubara transferred in from a public middle school. Okay. So, one of them is, I assume, much more fancy. The other one, I assume it's her. The one from the cover, I assumed. Or, wait, no, the blonde one was the one I assumed was the, yeah. But still, honestly, in this vibe, I get kind of the opposite. Feels like she's the one from the public school, and she's the one from the fancy school. Kind of the opposite vibe I got from the cover. But, yeah. But okay, she is really talented. And never goes along with that. Only daughter of the Higaki Zaibutsu. Wait. And never goes along with what? I see, with what? The only daughter of the Higaki Zaibutsu once. So, okay, damn, she's from the Zaibutsu. Okay, that's insane. Those are like, it's like the highest you can go in terms of, like, importance. Like, yeah, I would say, like, the Zaibatsu are, like, basically the people who control Japan. Like, they are, the ruling class, essentially, that just decides so much stuff behind the scenes. Kind of like the Illuminati a little bit, like that idea. Like, I think for, America, it would be equivalent to, like, the Rockefellers, the Kennedys, that sort of situation, the Clintons. Not as much as the Rockefellers and the Kennedys, but okay, Higaki Zaibatsu, she had lost her mother half a year ago, still just came here as usual, didn't even take a single day off. Damn. She has locked her heart away. But somehow, I like how they're like, in spite of that, somehow she's tremendously popular with the seniors. And it's not like, it's not boys going like, oh, we like her. Like, it's just, the senior girls still liking her for some reason, even knowing all that. Her selfish, spoiled side's so cute, Plus, at the end of the day, she's so stunning. So, okay, yeah, the girls just like her because of her looks, because of her, because of how cute she is. I mean, they're no different than the boys. They're no different than the boys. But, alright, the black-haired one doing sports. We still don't know which one's which. Like, they're talking about each one, but I have no idea which one is which one. And then this panel here doesn't seem to be any of them. They're just reacting to what's happening on the next page with this. So, I don't know which one's which. But, okay. Lady Kaoru. So, Kaoru was... which one? Okay, so black-haired one is the one from the public middle school. Kaoru Matsubara. But yeah, she's getting fawned over by all the girls too. They love her just as much. And I mean, that's also something that I really enjoy about reading shoujo romances, like, and just, women mangaka in general. Like, women mangaka truly understand that, like, the general populace is extremely queer and just refuses to accept that they are. Because it's something that straight people just don't, like, straight people and so many guys don't really understand. They just can't comprehend it. But, like, as a queer person going through life, you can see that I'd say 80% of the public is pretty damn queer, but they just refuse to, want to label themselves in that way. But, the average person, there is so much more queer people than there are straight people. I truly don't know if there are any straight people that honestly exist. I don't know if I believe in that. I don't know if I believe straight people are real. But she's watching on, seeing her be all sporty and everything like that, having this good athletic time, so I assume we're going to have that difference as well. She's very athletic and, loved by all of them for that, while she is very, like, spoiled and, it's the cute versus, like, sporty, sort of dynamic that we'll be going with. The spoiled versus does everything of her own. She's from a public school as well. She's a self-made woman. But, okay, and then her driver's coming to pick her up. Damn, that is a lot of cars picking these girls up. I mean, it is a private school, I guess, so that makes sense. Like, most, everybody else from a public school just walking home, but I don't think I've ever seen a manga where people are getting picked up from a car at school, except for private all-girls academies. That's always the trope. I mean, I say it's the trope, but honestly, it's probably very real, I would imagine. Alright, back to, she's just living in apartments. Meanwhile, I assume, the Zaibatsu girl, she's living in probably an actual mansion or something. Or at least a manor. But okay, yeah, so her mother's probably always out, that kind of mom. But okay, her mom went out somewhere and looking very gorgeous, new modern hairstyle and everything. Wonder if she's going out on a date or something, because it doesn't sound like she's got a father. Note here, dinner in the fridge, be home a little late, so eat it by yourself, mom. Yeah, classic situation. Mom who's got a, I assume she doesn't have a dad, so her mom's having to work extra, either work 2 jobs or she's out trying to find a husband to, like, support, the family and stuff like that, after whatever happened. But, yeah, so, thus, kid all alone by herself. She's a self-made woman. Meanwhile, the other woman, she's probably got, like, the driver, and she's got a maid, I assume. She's got all these people that dote on her, so she shouldn't be as lonely, but still probably doesn't see her parents, any more than she does. And, I mean, she's living in apartments, but, I mean, my God, look at these apartments. Pretty damn nice. Pretty damn nice. I mean, I know this is 1970s, like, this is, a time when, sure, things were a lot cheaper, but also, housing situation was pretty fucked in the 70s as well, so. Something so charming about this. I mean, I love a good, amateur mangaka that just knows, like, how to do the bare minimum to get across an idea. There's something so special about that. I love it. I love it. I love it. But yeah, so, used to live in the more poor part of town, but now she's living up here in these high-rise apartments. Very, very a little bit too clean. Like, I would hate to live in a place like this. Honestly, this is far too sanitized for me. It's kind of like uncomfortable to exist in. Like, if I go to like a business that looks like this, I want to get out of there as soon as possible. It's too like sterile. It gives me that like feeling of like being in a hospital. It's kind of like, it's almost like a phobia. Like that like sterilization of like a hospital is kind of like to me. And I get that same vibe from so many businesses nowadays. Like, definitely within the past like 15 years. But definitely reminds me of those kind of places. Very upscale, very millennial gray coded, but way before then. But still, that sort of style that the millennials love nowadays. So, okay, then we're getting a flashback to when she got transferred to, I say, a girls' college. And they say it's a girls' college, but, it's a middle school, right? Is that just like, is college just a word they use for like a private institution? And yeah, this place is real obsessed with pedigree and wealth, and they have neither, and she doesn't have a father. But somehow, she got let in. But yeah, her mother's trying to give her the best education she can and everything. Oh, damn, okay, so this was the picture we got earlier. Damn, absolutely gorgeous. What a mama. But I didn't want you to walk the path I did. I wanted you to be surrounded by all sorts of people, to be the object of respect and envy. But, I mean, she could do that in a public school, though. I thought you were doing this for her best education, but kind of just seems like you're doing this so that way, like, you have way too high expectations for her. Because, like, if you wanted to be surrounded by all sorts of people, then the school she was going to is so much better than going to a private, all-girls school that is only people of extreme wealth and extreme notability. Like, what's the word I'm looking for? Like, heritage. So, why would you be taking her to a place with less diverse people, if you want her to be surrounded by all sorts of people? It doesn't make any sense. And to be the object of respect and envy, she could do that at public school. I'm not sure she could do that here. Because, again, she's not going to, how would you imagine that anybody at the school is going to look at her with respect and envy? Of course, that's actually going to be what the story is going to be, but really set her up for failure here. I take everything I said back. Terrible mom. But yeah, I'm happy the way I am now. Yeah, this mom's not... I wanted to give her props for what she was doing, but it's the exact opposite. Yeah, haven't thought of it like that at all. Even without Dad, I've never felt dissatisfied. Friends compliment me for having such a nice and pretty mom. But yeah, your mother knows all that too well. Knows all too well that beauty alone will get you anywhere. But, that's not what she's saying. You're taking the wrong thing. She said, like, oh, my friends say that you're pretty and nice. And she's like, well, being pretty isn't everything. The nice part, too? Girl, come on. Mom, you're awful. I don't want you to spend your youth studying away in these back streets. So instead, I'll put you in a school where you're going to have to study way more. And have to live way less of a life. Yeah, I'll have you live in a home with a staircase and a landing and a marble mantelpiece. And have you associated with refined men. Yeah. This is such a terrible mom. Jesus Christ. Yeah, no way, Mom. What time do you think we're living in? That was straight out of some old romance novel. Yeah, you are so fucking... This is just fucked up. This is so fucked up. You want to laugh at me? Go ahead. Someday you'll be thanking your mother. I don't think so. I think someday you're going to be wondering, why does my daughter never talk to me anymore? Yeah, next week you'll be learning the piano. You'll be busy, so moderate your club activities. Yeah, the thing she wants to do herself, stop that and do only what I want you to do. awful. Awful mom. God, yeah. What a shock. What a shock. Your life just completely ruined because of high expectations. And yeah, passed a manner that can only be called miraculous, despite my grades being the only thing I had confidence in. Yeah, like, she had super confidence in her grades, and then now she's at a school where she doesn't anymore. Clearly, you know, she's like, oh, it was a miracle that I passed. Going from, the one thing I take pride in is my grades, to, it's a miracle that I passed. Doing wonders for her self-esteem, Mom. Yeah, where's all that money coming from just from Mom's dressmaking? I can't clearly be dressmaking. I mean, the fact she's dressed all up in the way that she was, with the whole hairpiece and that, I wonder if she's gotten into prostitution or something now. Yeah, the one upside about this is you don't have to worry about college. This is a straight, you know, shot there. Like, she's trying to look at the upsides. Make a good highlight when I get married to, and I can become even more ladylike. But then, I mean, her idea of becoming more ladylike is... This is such a clear disassociating panel. Like, that is the epitome of I'm disassociating. Alright, time for dinner. Alright, now to our other protagonist. Going to her home. Alright, is this actually her father? Does she actually spend time with her parents? But yeah, just... so huffy puffy. But, okay. You're a horrible father. I heard nothing about this. I went to the National Theater at 6 o'clock sharp, like we promised. But, what? Oh, okay. He's, like, introducing a new wife or something. But yeah, she's like, you didn't give me any time to prepare. So, you know, you just sprung this all on me. But yeah, both their parents seem to just give them no time of day. And yeah, she's got this huge house, huge manor. But, you know, it's not making her any happier. She lacks the cold refinement of my dead mother. What a sentence. She's warm. So warm, and her simple lavender perfume leaves quite the impression. Mother was confined to the villa for so many years. When I visit her at times, she would just cast a cold gaze from her sickbed, asking, "Are you studying?" But okay, but you know, but the way she's like talking about her mom does seem like, you know, the fact that this woman is so warm is a downside to her. Like, you know, if only she was as cold to me as my mother. But I don't know, I could be reading into it all. We'll see. So when mother died half a year ago, didn't shed a single tear. Maybe it was to get revenge on her for being so cold to me. Okay, so maybe I am reading it wrong. So I'm not sure what she means by, like, she lacks the cold refinement of my dead mother. But, half a year ago when my mom died, that was about the time the despicable girl transferred. Gosh, I ended up remembering something unpleasant. Stupid Karu Matsubara. You disgust me. Oh my god, so gay. Okay, wait. So, our you know, public middle school girl here is coming, or no, this isn't her. This is just a hall monitor, I think. But this was, okay, this is the first one where I thought you were looking at a painting. That was just people playing Gem outside. Oh my god. Terrible panel there. But okay, is this actually her? Okay, yeah, I'm class monitor for this week. Okay, so yeah, it's an interchange thing. But okay, she's on her period, did not want to have to admit that to this despicable girl. Oh, you the only one in class who hasn't gotten it yet? That's what I was worried about the most! Oh, man. Wait, okay, she is joining gym? Despite being on her period? What? With Matsubara's monitors, no way I can. She treats me like an enemy. Wait, what was this whole circumstance? Huh? Is she supposed to be saying here something like, aren't you the only one in class who hasn't gotten it yet? As in, like, she's calling her out on a lie? And so that's what she's like, that's what I was worried about the most, that she was going to know that I hadn't had my period yet. That's the only reading I can take of this, maybe? And so then she's like, oh, she knows I'm lying, I have to join gym class? I suppose? I don't know. Don't quite understand that one. And yeah, she's like, I can't believe she was led into the school without having a father. Hit in the back of the head with a ball. Well, my hand slipped. Sorry about that. No, I think she overheard you. Yeah, she's thinking about what happened with her mom last night. But what? Someone wants me dead? What? What the hell did that come from? What? Oh, is this supposed to be like a ball coming for her and she's sensing it or something? I don't know. But, damn. And yeah, she's got good control for a late bloomer. Okay, so I guess that was supposed to be the implication was that she was lying about being on her period. Okay. And the one time we get to see her mom, just giving us shit for not going to piano recital or whatever. But yeah, I'm the only one doing this. Playing Bayer in my second year of middle school. I'm practicing the sonatas alongside little kids. Complaining won't get you anywhere. It's far more embarrassing not being able to play piano at Issei. Oh my god. Yeah, she does not want to. It's not the only thing that decides a person's worth. I like studying and tennis. Aren't those good enough? Again with your whining. You're just causing me trouble. I'm not trying to be whiny. You just haven't told me anything. You haven't told me anything, Mom. I just can't help but find this whole lifestyle unnatural. Why do I have to act like a rich girl all the time? What's this? Yeah, what's the point of this? Where's all the money coming from? Gotta ask her the important questions. So, okay. Yep, she's sleeping with a rich man, getting money from him. You're still young and pretty. Nothing to make me happier than seeing a kind man support you, but I don't think that's what's going on. Alright, give her a bit of time. She'll tell us eventually. Oh no, dropped our Meyer notebook or whatever. So yeah, playing Bayer at this age is just shameful. You need to be careful. I know how hard you're trying to reach our level, but... yeah, not after that talk last night. But, yeah, she's a much better piano player than us. She's glad to have gotten a rise out of us. Okay, father's calling. Okay, oh my god, how did I not see this coming? How did I not see this coming? I was so confused also why. She was like, oh, my dead mother half a year ago. That's when that despicable girl came. So, okay, her father, the other girl's mother, Matsubara, they're gonna get married, they're gonna become sisters, right? That's where we're going with this. That's where we're going with this. Oh my god, Yuri sisters. Alright, I have something important to tell you about her tonight, so stay awake until I get back. Could it be marriage? Okay, happy to announce this highly requested and sought after work of Ikeda's we translated by yours truly. This is A12 doing this translations. A12 has done a lot of the translations for 60s and 70s manga that we've been reading, so a lot of praise to you, A12. Thank you, as always, for giving us these translations. A12, I think, translated one of the one-shots we read as well from Ikeda, but yeah, it was the second one, the train station one. But yeah, thank you always. This was Ikeda's very first long-form serial. Okay, dope. I think, yeah, everything else was just one-shots, which haven't all been translated, but hopefully eventually they will. But one-shots get translated a lot less frequently than series. As you can see, the elements of class are quite strong, similar to Gomennasai, which I also translated. We'll get to that eventually, I guess. In the next week or two, the rest will come, but enjoy this as a preview. Okay, nice. But yeah, so I guess, does Ikeda have, like, a lot of elements of class in her works? If so, definitely interested in that. You know, especially when it's class being shown that, like, there's plenty of shoujo where class is being treated as the end-all be-all, but I appreciate that this isn't the case. Okay, yep, we're just immediately opening up the chapter with it. Indeed. I thought we were going to bury the lead for a little bit longer, and they were going to come to a realization when they actually met, but no, straight up just going to tell her. And yeah, that's true. Everything, all this was because of him, too. The apartment being admitted to Issei, all of it was due to him. You'll soon be the daughter of the Higaki Zaibatsu. This is what I dreamed of. Oh my god. Yeah, it's scary. Imagining your mom being like, oh, this is what I wanted for you. You're now gonna be the daughter, the son of a fucking, like, Illuminati kind of person. Jesus Christ. It's not quite to that degree, but, I don't know, like, you're gonna be one of the Rockefellers again, something like that. Terrifying thing to hear. Nightmare. But yeah, of course, that's not even the worst part for her. It's, no, me and her are gonna be sisters. No! I will never, ever tire of a two people who hate each other becoming siblings. Or just, even just like sudden siblings situation. It's just such a fun fucking dynamic. Yeah, today at school, Higaki didn't even look at me once. Does she already know? Or what? Didn't seem bothered, but she was unusually pale, and maybe wince twice. Okay. So never mind, she does know. That's why she couldn't look at you. Being sacrificed for our parents' happiness. But I mean, honestly, legitimately, that is what's happening. Like, kids know how to just say a situation straight up, Adults are the ones who really kind of cope with the situation, try and act like it's not as big a deal, or they shouldn't feel as strongly as they do. But, like, kids feeling so strong, that's why kids whine so much, because as adults, we should be whining more. We should be whining and complaining a hell of a lot more, but we don't. And that's a big part of the reason why the world sucks. But kids know where it's at. They know. No, they know how to be dramatic because it is dramatic. And meanwhile, the mom crying because we're not giving her what she wants. Yeah, just gotta do what your parents want. Your feelings don't matter. And yeah, Reiko Higaki, how did she feel about her dad remarrying to my mom? Exactly, that's a whole different situation too. You know, is she feeling similar feelings to you, or is it completely different feelings because it's a different situation? She's, you know, marrying down, so to speak. When she pondered that, Kaoru suddenly felt a strong connection with Reiko. It's already started to build, you know, you empathize once. You just gotta empathize once, and that connection starts to build. And then you just gotta, you know, more and more connection, the more we're empathizing. Alright, here we are. Nice, fancy hotel. We're, I guess, like, you know, I kind of assumed we were going over to his place to eat or something like that, but no, we're just going to a hotel to eat? We're not going to, like, a restaurant, we're going to a hotel. This is like a hotel he owns or something. But alright. Again, very, very, like, white, you know, again, with us being the, like, you know, darker coded colors, the whiter colors. The face of a man you could only love for money. Truly the face of a man you can only love for money. I mean, listen. I've been through the same situation. I have had many siblings throughout my life. My mom remarrying. Definitely my mom at one point remarried someone exactly like this who was only for the money. But it's, yeah, this is all very real. Very real. But then as she comes in, she trips over, almost trips over. Thankfully caught her. Oh, this is an amazing outfit. Holy shit. That's incredible. And your mom's in like a fucking yukata with a big old fluffy, what do you call that? The scarf that you sort of wear around your half body? What the hell do you call that thing? Is it just like a mink coat, but you're wearing it off your shoulders? Is that just what it is? But yeah, getting laughed at and everything. Glaring down. I love this dynamic already. Love this dynamic. Love this artist. And damn. Hitting them with the puppy dog eyes. Okay, that was a good introduction. Good introduction, girl. But what's that reaction? But I'm also Higaki Reiko's father. Pleasure knowing you. Yeah, what was that reaction? Did you know our father or something? Well, no, because why would Kaoru, you know, it would be Matsubara. So, I don't know. Does the name mean something? Why, time flies. You're already 14. You were so little back then. Okay. So, he knew us. But okay. So, yeah, you weren't supposed to say that. Were they having an affair back then? Okay, so I've seen you once. Did associate with your late father. I think that has to be an affair. They were definitely doing an affair back then. But yeah, she's not understanding that. She's just like, oh wow, you know my dad? Cool. Yeah, madam, you look pale. Something the matter? This looks like shit. These little tiny dots to try and be like movement lines. That looks awful. So does this. But again, I've talked about, I really like a mangaka that is very amateur making it work. But yeah, once again, I've been here. I still, to this day, don't know how to properly cut my food with a fork and knife. I don't think I will ever understand it. I've had, legitimately, professionals teach me because my grandparents were so fucking hoity-toity about it, and they hated it. So I got somebody to professionally teach me, and I still do not understand it. I do not grasp it. I understand exactly what I should be doing. Like, I understand exactly where my hand should be, the movements and that, but I just can't get it to work. I cannot get it to work without doing exactly what she's doing. Without getting a piece of something to fly off the plate, or without cracking the plate, or without having my hands cramp up so much that it just hurts really badly. I don't understand it. I do not understand it. I can cut it simply by stabbing the fork in this way, but trying to hold the fork that way and cut, and I cannot do it. The food also looks disgusting after I've been done with it. It's just been like ripped apart by a fucking animal. But if I cut it my way, which is stabbing it like this and sawing at it, then it looks better. It looks so much more presentable. Even if the way I'm doing it doesn't. But I'm right there with you, girl. I get it. I will never understand how to properly cut your food. But okay. Reiko's gonna have to teach her basic manners. Oh, hell yeah. Doing the whole, like, put your hand on your hand, teach you how to do it. Don't pull the knife towards you. Push it like this. Okay, actually, nobody told me that. You're supposed to push it? I'll try that next time, see if that helps. But no one ever told me I was supposed to push it. But yeah, don't get the wrong idea. This isn't for your sake. I just feel embarrassed. And yeah, she's really appreciative at first, like, oh, thank you. But then when she sees that, oh, I might have done something nice, she has to take it back. Okay, yep. Masao Higaki remarries. Yep, it's going to be in the news. Well, the commercial industrial news. Not the news that a lot of people are going to be paying attention to, but a certain subset of people. You know, it's going to be more in the news with the guys, the men. No, not the guys, but the men. The people like him, than the women. But okay, never mind. These women saw the newspaper? These girls saw the newspaper? Jesus Christ. Guess I was wrong. I guess teens in school, in middle school, are really into the Japan commercial industrial news. Wait, all these girls talking about, like, oh, it's going to be so lonely here. You'll be out of our reach, Matsubara. Or is this, like, just her like, tennis club from her old school or something like that she's still a part of or something? Is that what's going on? But yeah, it's only my last name and way of life that's changing, not me. It's only my way of life that's changing, not me. Crazy to say. But again, she's trying to, like, deal with it now. She's trying to be an adult. She's trying to cope with it. But now everybody, gab, talking about you behind your back. Ah, she's looking this way! Lady Karu! Ah, look higher! She's gonna be sister to Higaki, but I bet Reiko is fuming. Yeah, that's the juniors for you. Okay, so that's not her friends, that's the juniors. God, I love this dynamic of an all-girls school. So much different from an all-boys school. But yeah, she was already quite popular. Now she's going to be even more popular now that she has all this social status and everything like that. And you know how much people love social status. It's crazy, but my God, people go goo-goo for that fucking social status. Long story short, Kato isn't feminine at all. That's how we just start this scene. Alright, so then here comes someone, pigtail girl. Not pigtail girl, just ponytail, braided ponytail girl. I'm Miyuki Yamana, a big fan of yours in class 3C. I knitted you a vase cloth. Will you accept it? I knitted you a vase cloth. This school is too fucking hoity-toity. Good God. I knitted you a vase cloth. I think that's the kind of world I will never, ever, ever be a part of. Holy shit. Thank you, kind senior. I'll never forget your name. I'll take very good care of it. Oh, cute, so cute, like a French doll. Lots of fun. It's so lucky to live with her. It makes me sad. Well, again, straight people don't exist. Straight people don't exist. But yeah, I don't care about the silly vase cloth. I'll give it to whoever wants it. Tosses it back to them. Yeah. But honestly, I think that is completely fine. You know, she gave this girl a you know, wonderful moment that she'll remember forever. And also, she doesn't have to, like, you know, pretend to like it when she's not around. You know, that sort of thing. It's exactly like getting a, you know, the classic thing of you get an ugly sweater, holiday sweater from an aunt, from a grandma, whatever. You wear it during the holiday party. You know, make her happy, you know? Like, there's nothing wrong with making somebody happy, making somebody's day. Even if you truly don't mean it. It's a white lie. Who cares? And, you know, she's not just, like, I would say, oh, wow, so rude. She just threw it in the trash. Or what I thought she was going to do, which is she was going to do something with it to like, get at Matsubara. But that's not the case. You know, she's just giving it to whoever wants it. You know, she's repurposing it. You know, it's actually exactly like you get a gift, you say, "Oh, thank you so much, I love it," and then you can go turn it in and re-gift it. And you know, honestly, people aren't that. We've finally gotten to a culture where people are like, "Yeah, I expect someone to do that if it wasn't a great gift." But you know, at this time, clearly not. But still, I think there's nothing wrong with getting a gift, acting like it's the best gift you've ever gotten, and then you know, re-gifting it to somebody else. Totally fine. But yeah, I think like this shows that, you know, she is, you know, only really rude to Matsubara. She's nice to other people. But alright, yes, starting tomorrow, I will finally be Kaori Higaki. That man will be my dad, and Reiko my sister. I'll be Kaori Higaki. A whole new life starts tomorrow. Oh, I thought that was going to end of the chapter, but no, we keep going. Okay, just a simple ceremony, limited to his inner circle. And then, to where are they going off on honeymoon now? To another country or something? Yeah. Damn. Do these hats exist for any other reason than flying? Are they Do they exist for any other reason? I don't think I've ever seen them except on like flight attendants and on women way back in the day. Like, you know, this is coming out in the 1970s, but this feels like it's even old for the 1970s. I've certainly seen it a little bit here or there, like, you know, in a movie or whatever, people on the plane. You see like one or two, but it's certainly not typical. But again, she's trying to be very, very high society and everything like that. But what are these hats called? Do they exist for any other reason? If anybody knows, let me know. I'd love to look that up, but I don't know how. Damn, look at these two matching outfits. Oh my god. Perfectly encapsulating our two characters here. So perfectly encapsulating our two characters here. Like the feminine one, the tomboy one. And I love bell-bottom pants. I love bell-bottom pants. The bell-bottom shirt, like anything with, you know, where it, you know, accentuates out on the cuffs. On the cuffs, you can't really see it on her hands there, but she's got it also on the cuffs of her hands. Although it does, you know, come in right there, right on the wrist. But the rest is all poofy and baggy. And then even the dress here comes out. Love it, love it, love it, love it. Yeah, she's trying to get. Oh, you that sad being apart for a single week? Must be really spoiled. Yeah, starting today though, she's not just your mother. Don't forget it. She's my mother too. And oh, some white roses here with black flowers or black leaves. You got the whole table set. Oh no, okay, Miss Kiku, explain this. Certainly, we figured we should welcome Karu as the new daughter of our family. We've been eagerly awaiting your return for some time. Okay, understood. Put this away at once. It's so mean, so mean. But yeah, I'm the only real daughter of this family. Oh my god, alright, it's coming out. Yeah, and she heard that. She heard this right there. I was like, did she leave? Nope. Yeah, wow, so mean. So mean. I know how you feel, but let me make this clear. You pick on my mom, I'll never ever forgive you. Okay, why do you think I approved of us being sisters? It was because I was going to have a warm, kind mother, not one as cold as marble. Okay, yeah, so... Yeah, of course she doesn't. She's very into like, I want a new mommy. I want a new mommy. I thought she'd be a little bit like against it, but no. I see. If that's how you are, I have no complaints. Starting today, we're sisters. Okay? And they shake on it. Damn. Wasn't expecting her to be very applicable to this, but amicable to this. I mean, but you know, she's very mature for her age. Honestly, like much more than she is. She's very immature. All right, I'm 3 months older than you, so I'm the older sister, and you're the younger sister. Huh? No way. That's one-sided, pushy, and unfair. Doesn't matter. It's how it is. We're the fucking older sister. And then slam the door. God, look at her here, though. So bossy. Love it. Love it. I love these two girls. I thought this was just going to be a little fluffy thing to read. This was like, oh, this is kind of fun. I'm very into this one. This is surprisingly... Like, you know, I'm calling it early. We're only on chapter 2, but this is so much fun. I'm willing to say it's like one of my favorite JoJo's I've read so far. I haven't read that many. You know, maybe enough to count 2 hands, I think, but still, you know, this one probably one of my favorites. It's the art being so amateur, but being like really, really endearing and like really, you know. I don't know. I just like something like this. It's so amateurish. It's not like, wow, what a super amazing professional artist. That's the best art I've ever seen in my life. It's nothing like that, but it still just looks very pleasing to me. Every panel in this looks so pleasing to me. And like the character dynamics are so simple, yet so fun. You know, it's also so childish. It's so middle school. You know, there's not like heavy drama here. It's not sad. There's no tragedy. It's not depressing. It's just, you know, a fun thing. And I think that's why this gets so high, because I do love shoujo, but my god, it's too sad most of the time. It's too tragic. And so they began their new life as a family of 4. Aside from the curious gazes she received from everyone at school, for Karu, it was an adequate life. And they're like getting that glare, even trying to get into a taxi, even slam the doors. But alright, so yeah, Reiko's treating her well. Okay, got a gift for Karu. Where is she? But I see. Welcome home, father. You've been coming home early lately. Aren't you quite fond of Karu? No, Reiko, don't be so snide. Look, I've got a gift for you, too. God, a lot of great, you know, words that I haven't thought about in a long time. I gotta bring back snide. Gotta bring back snide. But yeah, I got the same thing you did. Sorry, but I'm a daughter of this family too. Oh, I thought she was doing like a wink and a like smug thing, but no. Just like, sorry, but I'm a daughter of this family too. I've been here since I was born. Don't act so high and mighty. Excuse me? What gives you the right to say that? These two are so bickery. I love them. But yeah, stop it, Koto. Please stop, for your mother's sake. Please let Riyoko have her way. Jesus, oh God, our mom sucks so much. Oh. And yeah, this expression too, like she is both like, you know, ha, yeah, let me have my way, but also there's a little bit of like, that face is definitely like a, her mom would say that to her. Kind of reminds me of my old cold mom. Oh man, home ec. I haven't thought about home ec in so damn long. Honestly, the home ec should have been more mandatory. Like, I had to take it as an elective along with like a bunch of other stuff like computer classes or what's it called, like workshop class, and what was the other one? I don't even fucking remember what the other one was. I had to take like a quarter of the year each, whatever like that. But like home ec definitely should have been more of like a year-long mandatory class. It's crazy that, you know, they only have us do it for a quarter of a year. And I know plenty of other schools, I don't think you know, you can just choose to take it or not, which feels crazy. Home ec feels like one of the most important things you need to know in life. So the home ec homework is pretty crazy. Like, I assume it's like something to do with like embroidering or sewing a pattern on this or something like that. Sewing a little patch on this or something. But that would assume that you have to have a sewing machine at home. But I guess to be fair, this is for her, this is for ISA, her school now, which anybody going to ISA would probably have a sewing machine at home. You know, if this is like a public school, it'd be a different thing. But a private school, I can see why this would be a homework situation, actually. But yeah, so she needs her mom's help. I'm surprised. I feel like, you know, the sewing wasn't too difficult. But, I assume you have an automatic sewing machine. If not, actually, it'd probably be so much harder. But yeah, of course, due tomorrow. Waited till the last minute. But okay, she's just like hopeless with sewing. Can't relate there. I'm was pretty good at sewing myself. But goodness, you're terribly spoiled. Oh yeah, so that's just not an actual line, but just her remembering that line. Yeah. Oh, or is this actually happening? Is she just like, you know, hearing like their conversation and seeing their conversation? I think so. But yeah, so she's helping her with her homework, but Mom don't got time for you anymore. God, I know all these feelings all too well. Again, my mom was remarried so many times. Not so many times, only 3 times, but still, it's something I've been through a lot. But alright, now Mom comes to check up on us. Mom, I'm so sad. You're my mom. It's been a long time, Carter, but let's sleep together tonight, okay? Okay! Oh, that's a very, very sweet thing to do. But oh my God, what a... Unfortunately for you, I'm sleeping with Mother tonight. What? Sorry, Karu. Oh my God. So she overheard us and then stole our mom from us. Yeah, why are you so worried about her? I've been such a spineless life like this. I hate it. No way am I throwing away my pride. God, awful, 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 awful. But God, she looks amazing in this. What a gorgeous outfit. Love it. I love just getting these glamour shots too. These big old glamour shots. Oh, and they all have like matching PJs and everything too, yet they're quite different. She's got the frilly little like cuffs. We've got the big open bell-bottom cuffs. God, I said this wasn't sad, but this page is the first one that really hit me. Really hit me. Oof. Oof, 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 oof. But it's not even like, you know, I don't even have anything against Riyoko. Like, you know, of course she's being a little brat like she's gonna be. But it is specifically, you know, Kaoru's mom that is just making the situation so hard to live in. But what's going on? Keyboard's so heavy here. Piano keys were made to weigh 10 grams. More for my finger drills. Okay, I see. This is for finger drills, not for actual playing. And okay, now bringing friends over. God, yeah, that's the worst. Like, you know, you can deal with it on a one-on-one thing. Once they bring a friend over and now you're outnumbered, Jesus. And yeah, still laughing at us. You're still in Bayer? Jesus. Is she your new sister? Ugh, how pretentious. Blah, blah, blah. Great imagery. I love it. I love this artist. We got it. I was like, you know, I'm not sure if I'm going to like Rosa for Science or that, but like, if this artist stays like this, then I will love it. But yeah, single tear. Drip. On the hand. I'm not gonna cry. I'm not gonna cry. If I cry, I lose. I'm Karu Higaki. Karu Higaki. She's trying so hard. This strong girl. But okay, the you know, the help is like fretting that she's not coming home by car. But I appreciate them saying, you know, you're a respectable daughter of this family too. Appreciate that. But all right, walks in to see her in her room, your room. Everything here is mine. Yes, she knows she's in the wrong here, but she's trying to go on an excuse. Your room? Everything here is mine. What's wrong with me touching it? Still don't get it? Listen, you and I are equal in this family, and this is my room. Now tell me, what are you doing? And then what is this image here? I can't, like, this is her, and then behind her is something. Oh, okay. That was, yeah, she's trying to cover up her uniform. Sailor uniform from my old middle school. I've always wanted to try on a sailor suit. That should be fine, right? What? Yeah, like, you know, is that silly? Like, love this dynamic. So yeah, she wants to, you know, cosplay the poor. You know, she wants to cosplay not the poor, but, you know, the common man, which is poor. But yeah, like, you know, it's a life she's never led as well. She wants to see it as well. But yeah, she's very, very self-conscious about it. But I'm surprised that came out so fast, you know? It says a lot that she was able to say it so easily. Seriously? In that case, you just asked. I would have lent you anything, you silly. But okay, let's her put it on. Doesn't look good in it. Don't look good in it. I think she got way too long legs for the sailor uniform. No. You're a little bit too feminine for this. It does not look great on you. Nice, it really suits you. I don't think so. But alright, in that case, I'll give that pencil case. It's an Australian souvenir from father. Oh, made of leather. Nice, take good care of it. Okay, we're getting along. See, I mean, you know, that's really what it is with the girls, right? Especially with sisters. It is, you know, at each other's throats one moment, amicable the next moment. You know, it's just the way it goes. But yeah, how do you like the room? I like it a lot. South of the balcony. It makes you feel right at home. She's not so bad. Just a bit more selfish than others from all that pampering, that's what I think. Yeah, but again, you can get along, you just gotta deal with the pampering. I've had some sisters who've been as fucking pampered as this until marrying our family and then being like, oh, things are about to change. This will be a heart-wrenching ride, so brace yourselves. No, I said I liked it because it's not sad. Oh my god, will I ever find a not sad fucking shoujo? I don't know. So Bayer refers to Ferdinand Bayer, a German composer. His elementary instruction book for the piano, an introduction piano textbook, is a staple in Japanese piano education for young children. Okay. Alright, back at club with all the juniors. Wow, you're starting club practice now, Our Lady? Yeah, can't we go watch? Hey, get some smashes in for me, okay? Even if there's no guys around, this is just, whoo! Again, the girls no different from the guys. No, yeah. Hey, Riyoko, Kato was using your prized Australian pencil case today, wasn't she? Did you give it to her? And yeah, what's her response going to be? She was begging me to give her something. No way. Makes me wonder how she was raised. Oh, this girl! But again, I know this situation too well. More so with friends than anything else. But friends who are very two-faced. I've been that person too. Don't get me wrong. We've all probably been that person as a kid. You know, you can't truly blame kids. They're still kids. They haven't fully learned empathy yet and everything. But, damn, you know, having the whole school laugh behind your back now because of this. But, alright, confront her. Grab her. Is that why? Let go. I never once thought of you as a sister. Actually, I just want to keep mother and chase you out. Slap her across the face. Damn. I thought she was going to get her with the, like, oh, what about the sailor uniform then and all that? I thought she was going to hit her with that, but no. I noticed the girl in the back going, yeah! Oh, yeah. Shocked her. Okay, damn, you fucking knocked her ass out! Okay, that's right, we saw it ourselves. This girl Kato strangled Riyoko. Oh my god, they're saying she strangled her by holding her by the collar. They didn't even care about the slap. They didn't care about that. Oh my god. Okay, there we go, yeah. And slapped her. Yeah, oh my god, gorgeous image again. We are not getting any of these for fucking, for Riyoko, just for her. Yeah, slapped her. Oh my god, well, Now, where are we going with all this? Okay, Reiko was born with a weak heart. Did we already go over that, actually? Was that part of this? No, that was one of the one-shots we read, right? That was a different one-shot that we read. But no, I was thinking of the classic, girl looking outside the window at the person that, But no, that was a different one-shot. I think by the same author, but... And yeah, so if you apologize, she'll let it go. And if I don't apologize, I appreciate that she's saying, what if I don't apologize? Because, like, in this situation, I would probably be like, oh my god, I feel so bad, I'm going to apologize. And then later I'd be like, why did I apologize? They should have told me she had a weak heart. But I appreciate that, Kaoru is immediately like, what if I don't apologize? But alright, well, the worst understanding, it won't be anything of the sort, but then I'm not apologizing. I assume. Okay, no, she is going to apologize, even regardless. Okay. God, her outfits look amazing. I mean, her hair looks the most amazing, especially back here. Like, goddamn, the hair looks incredible here. Incredible. I want to make that like a profile picture. Okay. Here to apologize. Before that, I want an apology from you. You should know what I mean. Think long and hard about why I did that, and say sorry. Okay, me apologize? Me apologize? Absolutely not. Who do you think you are? Then yeah, forget about me apologizing. But alright, honestly, I appreciate the dad's on our side. The dad every time has been like, now he's like, we should leave her be. She doesn't need to apologize. Your standing's not going to be worse if she doesn't. And like, he's the one treating both of them equally. He's not doing any favoritism. It's really the mom who's the only one real asshole in this story. And I keep, being like, they're going to make us like, empathetic towards her, right? They're going to go like, here's why. But we'll see. I assume towards the end of the story, maybe. But yeah, now the rumors are going to keep forming. And also, like, one, because the whole pencil gaze thing I was thinking, but actually, probably way more because of the slap. She was, everybody was fawning over her, but now she's going to be scary. Yeah. How could you come to school after that? You're bolder than you look. Oh. What nerve you have after you made our idol Reiko go through all that suffering. I don't know about the others, but do you think we seniors can stay silent about this? Come on, say something, will you? God, just getting hounded. Not to be rude, but are you all seniors but are you seniors all misunderstanding something? If you're saying that knowing Reiko is born with a weak heart, it just comes off as you picking a fight. Us sisters will settle things on our own. Stop butting in and sticking your noses where they don't belong. Damn! To be able to say something like that, I would never be able to say something like that. Strong will on this girl. Yeah. Just gonna make you hate them. Just gonna make them hate you even more. But okay, no, this is super amateurish. But okay. We actually, never mind. We still got the juniors sticking up for us. Yeah. What Lady Kaoru said. What was that? Trying to defy our seniors, junior, or trying to defy your seniors, juniors? We're just standing up against the seniors' tyranny, against your invasion of her privacy. I love it though. The juniors got it absolute right there too. I assume there's probably a lot of hierarchy at this kind of school. Okay, we're scaring off the seniors though. Nice. Overestimate yourselves, upstarts, and you'll be sorry. They're 1 year behind you. But hey, it's good to have some people on our side. Got the juniors on our side. That's what really matters. And alright, Reiko, get better soon so you can come to school like how you used to. Even though I should hate you, something feels missing without my rival around. Aww. Spring finally passed by. The branches dazzled in the advent of summer. Kaoru was now in her 3rd year of middle school. Reiko, however, was largely confined to her room since that day, barring the times where she would go out. Okay, so yeah, she really does have a very weak heart, actually. But, okay, seems like we're going up to the mountains. Okay, so specifically going to a villa. And if you get too excited again, you'll be in pain. I'm so curious how this, like, weak heart disease, like, I've seen it so much in anime manga and stuff like that, but really only in anime manga. I don't think I've seen in anything aside from anime manga. I've never seen it in a cartoon, I've never seen it in a comic, I've never seen it in a Western movie. Is this a thing? Is this a real thing? And, is it just surprising that I haven't seen it in the Western culture? Is it a bigger deal? Japan also, Japanese people just have a much, much, much weaker constitution in general. That's why also, being out in the rain in Japan might be a death sentence, where it's not really in most other places, but they got a very, very weak constitution. But, on average. But so I know that's just why Japan, and anime manga has so much more stories of stuff like that, of people getting sick and unrecovering, or being unable to recover, or getting sick and suddenly dying over something very, small. But even with all that said, it's so much. Was there an epidemic of weak hearts at this time, or is this still the case now? What do you mean you can't get too excited? I get, like, you have a weak heart, you get too excited, you be in pain, but being, like, bedridden for it, being like, oh, you can't go outside, that whole situation, is this a real thing? I'm so curious. Her face looks terrified right now, but, like, what she's saying, what was being told, it seems fine. The lawn takes up the south side with no fences or barriers in the way. Against the white walls, it's blindingly beautiful. So why is she so worried about that? Okay, mother passed away there. But that doesn't matter. That building had nothing to do with it. But then, she, like, kind of fell asleep there or something. What was that? But alright, here we are, the nice little villa. And it seems like we're not taking, Matsubara in any way. We're not taking Kaoru. And okay, they just had people living here, just, is this grandmother, or... no, just Miss Yuki. So, like, yeah, there's just more help here that's just been living on this estate, keeping it busy for, like, a whole year, keeping it upkept and stuff. That must be nice. Must be a hell of a gig. It'd be one thing to be help where you're in the house having to help out with them and everything like that. Being the help that just gets to live in a guest house, like, 360 days out of the year, and then 5 days out of the year you gotta, like, vacation with these people and wait on them and stuff. That seems like a hell of a good life. But is she the spitting image of her past mother? Okay, you'll be spending the summer here too, Kaoru, and they're going to be spending the whole summer here, actually. Your father and I will be returning to Tokyo for business soon. Okay, so they're not going to stay, just the kids. But long time no see. Okay, yep, ding, affair. Did I just mishear that? But I'm pretty sure she said long time no see. Long time no see. That can't be. This should be Mom's first time seeing that lady in this villa. Oh, we're having, like, friends over as well, too? Huh. She's riding on her dad's fucking shoulder. Her dad's arms, they look so thick and sturdy. I don't remember being held up like that. I don't even know what my dad looked like. Aw, it's sad. But alright, she's sitting on the armrest. Lady Kaoru, armrests are not meant for sitting. Yes, they are. Yes, they are. It's so comfortable to sit on an armrest. I don't know why, but it's so comfortable. Great. We're not going to get along with this lady. Again, this is the fact that the help in the house who are, like, year-round help, they're the ones who are, like, oh, you're one of the family. You're just like everybody else here. You're an equal part. But then, this one here, who has been essentially living in this house for most of the year by herself, as if she is just, maybe not by herself, maybe it's other help here, like, living in this house, she is living like a rich person. She is, living, like, she has gotten deluded herself into all of this, fancy shit, so now she's also parroting it right back out. You're the complete opposite of the young mistress. I shouldn't need to warn you for something like this. Yeah, it gave you that same look as the other mistress. So, okay, maybe it's not that, and more just like, oh, I hate these, I know something about your mom, and so that makes me hate you as well. Something like that. Also, great summer dress here. Also, love these belts from the 60s or 70s. Wish we could bring them back. They're so good. Okay, there's a tennis court here. Nice. Go do that. Alright, let's enjoy the vacation. Okay, so Reiko is looking for us, and then she's super mad that we went to the tennis court by ourselves. Why is she so mad? I guess because we're going to, like, meet the other people and start to, like, they're going to form an opinion on us before that Reiko can ruin it. That's what my guess is. But yeah, looks great in the tennis uniform too. She looks great in everything. Meanwhile, Reiko, yeah, I'm not a super big fan of any of her outfits. They're all like, They're, they're not like bad, but they're also nothing notable. I'm not like, oh, that looks notable even. Yeah, even here, everybody's immediately fallen in love with us. Most loved girl in the world, it seems. But yeah, Lady Kaoru's super popular. I'm a big fan of hers too. Wow, perfect smash. She's fantastic. Fast as a white goat. Yep, pissing her off. Hold it, you three. Who gave you permission to watch here? She's my sister. I don't want you watching her so casually. And yeah, we don't need permission to watch her. Liar, just watching you say, Kawauchi, as long as you like her, don't try to get near my sister. She's my sister. Don't call her Lady Kaoru so lightly. As long as you like her, don't try to get near my sister. So mean. So mean. Now hurry up and go away. You're not even club members. Yeah, so pushy. Yeah, got so worked up over. My mattering Kaoru annoyed me so much. This is nice, though. I can finally watch you all by myself. The groupies are so annoying at school. Dude, so gay. So gay. So gay. Oh, never tire of Sister Yuri. Jeez, eyes looking more bug-like than ever. Good God. But alright, game set. And yeah, look who was watching you the whole time. What are you doing here? Are you fine not laying down? She can't even stand upright? She's not allowed to stand upright? What is this fucking heart disease? Oh, I see. That's how you're going to try and cover it. You worried me, waltzing into the social hub by yourself. If you embarrassed yourself, that would have tarnished the Higaki family name. What? You came all the way here just to say that? How cruel of you to keep this a secret from me. Am I a burden to you? This whole panel. Riyoko, weird. Is there something wrong with her? Ah, you two are so clueless. I love how they're both like tsundere in their own ways. But alright, yep, going to the tennis court. Don't! Yuriko Kaoruchi, that Aisei Jr. is set on getting closer to you. Yesterday she... But what does that have to do with you? Oh, fine, got it. Have it your way. You're showing off how healthy you are because of how sickly I am, right? My gosh, she's doing like the young maiden pose I see all the time too. But like, I always see it as like a joking parody thing. I never see it with the actual like, oh. But God, it's so queer, so queer. Oh. I mean, it's the classic sister thing in general all the time. Sisters are always the no, you can't date this person because I'm the only person who can be close to you. If it's that kind of relationship, or it's just the fuck you, I hate you in every way. But this has basically both going on. But yeah, that never crossed my mind. Sorry, I'll forget about going for today. Okay? Damn. And yeah, she actually took what she said to heart. You know, I'm not trying to be mean to you. She's not trying to be mean like that. But alright, Kaoru. She like fell down. Wanna head out to town? There's a nice cafe called LA. Or L. I'll lead the way. Thanks, let's go. Must be way better than the tennis court. And you lead me? Wait, I'm gonna go change. Okay, so we're gonna have a good time. Hell yeah. Okay, someone that knows her at the cafe here. Alright, got a brother to take her along. Okay. First male that's not dad, you know, first non-parent man in the series. This is not a 404 no men found JoJo. This is there is a man here. All right, this is Junichi Kita Shirakawa. He's a student of Ku. And then, all right, was this like originally an ad here? As a lot of manga typically does, like even on the pages themselves, they'll just have an ad on the page, and then when it gets turned into volumes, the mangaka will put in some sort of like insert art. Is that what's going on here? Or was this just how it was at the time? Little ant carrying some stuff back to his nest, like a little homeless ant. But, I love this cat. I love these giant headed cats. Oh, they're so cute. Okay. Generic-ish. As generic as it could possibly look. Fucking Fred from Scooby-Doo ass man. Kaoru, I'm feeling a little sickly. Excuse us, but we'll be going home. We'll is in both of them. Huh. But okay, yep, they just both went home. But already, yeah, now this little lady, you know, the help's like, why are you going out? I told you gotta stay inside, stay laid down, constantly, don't do anything, just live a miserable life. Yeah, why do I feel such hostility from this lady? What's going on? I mean, I can't imagine it's anything other than an affair, but it might be more complicated than that. Alright, tomorrow night, there'll be a snack party at the Kitashirikawa's village. Be invited too as members who gather there every year. But yeah, my word, you mustn't, young missish. We should just have Lady Kaoru go. No, I'm going. No way will Kaoru be the only one attending. I'm gonna die. But okay, parents are coming back here to either tell her that she can't go or to like supervise. I'm not sure which. Okay, yeah, got father's permission. I would have been so scared by myself. Yeah, never attended a party. And okay, this outfit I actually do like a little bit better. This is the first outfit of hers, and I'm like, it's a good outfit. And hers, I think the first one, I like this one more than that one. Okay, now she gets the glamour shot. Yeah, I like this outfit. First one, I like this outfit. And a big old 2-page spread for this one, too. Just for the top panel. Only the top panel. And okay, yeah, I want to introduce Kaoru to my mother. But no, you can't. It's not unlikely for her to embarrass me when I'm not around. She's so mean. She is like, I love that they keep getting along better, but like, you know, she truly just wants her all for herself. She does not want her out of her sight. She wants her all for herself in every way. And that also means, like, I don't want you making connections with other people, because then that means that you're gonna, like, you know, be making friends that aren't me, and you're gonna be, you know, da-da-da-da, like, it's not really about the, oh, you know, what, you know, it's not at all about, like, oh, she's gonna embarrass me. It's not that at all. It's just an excuse. And yeah, saving face that important to you? Nobody's perfect. And then, damn, those faces. Have it your way. You don't know how I feel. I mean, it's true. She doesn't. And yeah, they all think like, oh, she's going straight for Junichi. How shameless. No. She's going straight for her sister. Yeah, Kaoru can't play piano. Doesn't know table manners. No wonder Reiko's worried. But those are all the things that Kaoru loves about her, honestly. No way. She's lucky to have gone to Aisei, and now she's getting mad at them. Bite your tongues, will you? Even with all that, she's my sister. Insulting my sister means insulting me. Watch your language. God damn, this manga's so good. Oh my god. This fucking mangaka is just, they know how to write this weird sibling Yuri dynamic, this weird dynamic so well. And then I assume this is the mother. Be seeing all this happen. So unbecoming of you. But now everybody's looking at the other one. Oh my, look at her. She's gonna be clever and a vibrant young lady. Specifically, Kaoru. I heard she's superb at tennis, come to think of it. It's been said Kawauchi's daughter admires her greatly. And she lived together in an apartment with that beautiful mother of hers. She must be from a well-connected family, don't you think? Oh, ladies, stop. A well-connected family. You're exaggerating. She didn't have that sort of upbringing at all. Yeah, still, like, she's just constantly switching. She has got like 3, 4, 5 different faces going on. And yeah, just bad-mouthing her again. Even bad-mouthing her mother. The one thing she said she wasn't going to do. Yep. What are you trying to get at by saying that here? God, the art looks so good. Yeah, I told you I'll never forgive you if you insult my mom. The tears come out. The outfit looks a lot better on this page. That's for sure. But yeah, just pushing yourselves further and further away. Reiko, come on. Is this the happiness mom chose? The life she wished for? I can't take it anymore. And okay, our girl's already 15, and you first turned up to this villa 16 years ago to make your wife's dress. So okay, she was here to make her wife's dress 15 years ago. Then they probably had an affair, and I think this is her true, actual, real father. I think this is even more than a affair. I didn't even think it crossed my mind, but I was like, I don't think they do that. Now I'm gonna say no. With this timeline added up, because I think with the way we were implying before that he saw her when she was young, so I thought like, oh, it couldn't have been that he was her dad because he only saw her after she was born. But no. They met before that. I think she's a baby, and now she's here to hear all this. Just getting my start as an independent dressmaker back then. The kind encouragement you gave me when I was nervous before your beautiful wife left its mark. And okay, yes, they don't really look anything alike. I mean, we already saw mom. What am I talking about? Why actually we didn't know? Okay, so the Lady Yuki here, not the Lady Yuki, but the Help Yuki here. She was my old wife's servant since childhood. She was so loyal, even followed her into this family when we remarried. Damn, okay, so that's what it is. She was her servant since childhood, so she's got incredible loyalty. But yeah, now you've heard it all. You know the story. And how much of any of this does Reiko know? I wonder. And yep, when I left her side after becoming pregnant with your child, Kaoru, I was frankly relieved. And damn, he was relieved to have left that marriage. But from everything we've been told, she was quite cold. But yeah, shock. Alright, into the chapter. Okay, so father versus dad. In Japanese, Higaki is referred to by Kaoru as Otosama, father, whereas she refers to her biological father as Otosan, dad. Any instances of the terms being used in Japanese are reflected as such in English, including earlier instances where she calls Higaki Otosan or dad. Okay, so she did say that at some point. Okay, but yeah, good to know. Always interesting the differences between that, or even just like the difference between father, dad, and just Bob. Like just the actual name of the stepfather or whatever. Okay, every chapter has opened up with me what I thought was going to be a whole thing of them starting to realize, or was going to be a reveal, but like nope, straight up. Okay, I'm father's real daughter. Like I'm father as in like I'm Higaki's real daughter. Insane. Thought that was going to be like a twist reveal, but nope, it was just like you should have assumed that. You should have assumed that from last chapter. You're dirty? That's what you're going with? You're dirty, both of you! You had me in such a shameful way. That's horrible. Why would you do that to me? Yeah, I guess like being, from, a kid of an affair is probably a much bigger deal in Japan. But yeah, it can be real rough. I mean, especially in this, society that is so obsessed with position and your it's just this high society type of social situation she is in now. Of course, this is all going to matter so much more. Versus, like, I've known many people throughout, with situations like this, and I don't think anybody has ever cared once. I don't think anybody's ever been bullied for something like this. And I'm bullied for a lot worse. I'm bullied for so much, other shit, and seen plenty of people be bullied for so much more minor things, but I don't think anybody's ever given a shit as a kid about an affair. I mean, in fact, I know for certain someone who was a child of an affair making fun of someone else for being an accident. Like, being an accident, being oops, didn't mean to have this kid, but now we're going to have this kid. That was something that plenty of people got made fun of all the time for. But being of an affair wasn't, because it's like, well, that was a purposeful kid. I think also, last thing, but I think also it's like, if you are a child of an affair, most likely you have parents that love each other. And that is something that most people in America don't have. So, how are you going to get made fun of for, haha, your parents love each other. They had you intentionally, not as an accident. They loved each other so much they cheated on their partners. But yeah, dad knows she's smart, talk it out with her. It'll work out, but is the mom going to be able to talk it out with us? I highly doubt it. She's not good at it. Father, don't come in. I'm not brave enough to face you. But yeah, this is going to be the part that I imagine hit her a lot harder. That I've never known what it's like to have a dad. How he'd smell the smell of cigarettes. I've never had a dad. Oh, I don't get to smell cigarettes. I have had so many dads and not one of them has smoked cigarettes. Not a single one. I guess my birth father did, but never when I was around him. Like, I never smelled cigarette smoke on him. It was like a, occasional thing. My mom smoked cigarettes my entire life. She's constantly smoking cigarettes. But I don't really associate cigarettes with a dad thing at all, actually. I can't think of many guys throughout my entire life that have smoked cigarettes. It's much more of a girl thing. No, I had a coworker that smoked. I had a coworker who smoked. He was also my roommate at one point. But I think that's literally all I can... I've been sat here for a while trying to think. I think there's only one adult man I can think of that I've met in my entire life that has smoked. Which can't be true, but I just cannot think of a single other man who has smoked in my life. It's always older women. Even if I'm thinking of all the movies I've seen from the 60s and 70s, there's not a whole lot of guys that are smoking. It's much more of a feminine thing to smoke. And guys are smoking cigars and stuff. But there's not a whole lot. I mean, there's just way more people smoking in general in the 60s and 70s. But I would still say it's much more. I've seen women than men smoke up until you get to the 80s. The 80s, I feel is where it's that's when I see mostly all men smoking, no women smoking. But not it's the same way where it's well, I see men smoking in 60s movies, but definitely not as much as women. This is the 80s. I feel it's the reverse. But this is coming out in the 70s. Either way, just so surprised. I especially the way he's holding the cigarette. I feel that's such an effeminate thing. And let me be clear. When I said oh, I don't know any guys who smoke, I'm excluding cigars and what what the hell are they called? The brown ones and all the stuff like that. Like that, I'm excluding that stuff. But to be fair, I also, know that smoking is so much more prevalent in Japan as a masculine thing. I kind of forgot about that, but now that I'm thinking about any time I've seen, smoking in a live action thing in Japanese, it's very heavily masculine coded. So actually maybe there's a difference there. But still, I don't know how anybody can hold something like this and think it's masculine. Smoking is one of the gayest things you could do. But yeah, just the smell of cigarettes and his big shoulders. Those are the two things that you want from a dad. And your current dad doesn't even smoke, does he? I don't know, maybe he did. I just didn't pay attention. But yeah, so if he was actually your real father, why was he only involved with you now? Why did he wait till you turned 15 to get involved with you? Where was he for the rest of your life? How many times have I thought badly of Riyoko, thinking if he was my real father? But now he is. Now you know the truth. I feel so bad for Reiko's mom. I know how she feels too. I'm a girl too. If I was going to be born of a child of sin, I'd rather never be born at all. Jesus Christ, girl. Jesus Christ. But I don't know if you can say, oh, I know how Reiko's mom feels, we don't know anything about the situation. But I also know I'm not probably the person to, agree with this the most. The amount of times I've seen a straight couple and thought, wow, that looks like a healthy couple is very, very, very rare. Most of the time I see a straight couple and I'm like, man, they desperately need to have an affair. So I am not the kind of person who would be like, oh my god, how could he do that? I'm like, yeah, they're straight. I'm not surprised. But okay, you see, Reiko's mother was originally from a lineage of dukes. Her grandfather was the president of the House of Peers before the war. In a prior era, it wouldn't have been unlikely for her to have married into the imperial family. Though it was for her family's sake, marrying into an industrial family with a low pedigree like mine was as painful as selling herself. Damn. She grew to hate me after we married, where she practically lived separately in this villa. Okay, so damn, yeah, when everybody was saying, damn, how, important must her mother have been, to, Kaoru, I understand now, because she was actually the one of much higher standing, in the previous relationship. But, yeah, seems awful. And it's, exactly what Kaoru's mother is now trying to avoid. She's trying to do everything so that way, she is not seen how Higaki was seen in his original relationship. As, she's having to, marry down for him, and she's selling herself and everything like that. She does not want Higaki to think he's selling himself for Kaoru's mother. But, it's awful. It's awful. Because, he, seems like a really good guy. He, just wanted, was just happy to be with her, but then she ended up hating him. Now, he's been always trying to, settle all these family situations. He's trying to keep things equal. He's trying to keep things normal here. Even after Reiko was born, because my blood ran through her, she never once held her. Was the love I felt for your mother that sinful? Exactly. Again, this is the situation I assumed. Straight people very rarely are in any sort of healthy relationship at all. Especially at this time. I think nowadays it's a much different story. Nowadays, the vast majority of people my age or younger that are straight and in a relationship, and I'm like, you know what? You guys seem okay. You seem like you're gonna be okay. But I mean, also, to be fair, I say with straight people, that's just because there's the quantity of straight people has been huge. The vast majority, is the vast majority. So you see, so much more of it. But as queer representation, and people coming out of the closet becomes more and more prevalent, obviously it's a problem queer people do. Look at lesbian relationships; they last the least out of any kind of relationship. Meanwhile, to be fair, gay relationships tend to actually be the strongest. But I feel like that's also just a difference in, again, quantity, and people being out of the closet and that, you're going to see it more in higher quantities than lower quantities. But all that is to say, relationships are, of course, messy. There's never going to be a, having an affair is always bad, or, breaking up a marriage is always bad, at this time, of course, where, when was it even legal to have a divorce? Is it legal to have a divorce yet? Obviously it was legal to have a divorce before, but it had to be a, what is it called? No-fault divorce or whatever? Let me look it up. Okay, it literally just became legal. If Ronald Reagan actually in the U.S., I don't know about in Japan. I have no idea about Japan. Let me look up Japan actually do. First, let me say this though. But yeah, so it was Governor Ronald Reagan, governor of California at the time. 1969 came into effect 1970. So like a year before the story in the U.S., no-fault divorce was allowed. But before this, you couldn't even have no-fault divorce. So you wonder why all these fucking relationships are so bad. It's because you can't get out of them if it's not good. Versus now we have a much, much healthier look on divorce. People can get divorced fucking 5 times in their life and people are like, that's kind of funny, but also, I get it, you know? It's not really seen as shameful as it used to be. Thank God. But let me see when it was in Japan. Japan still, to this day, does not have no-fault divorce. Jesus motherfucking Christ. I mean, honestly, that explains why so many men in Japan just get up and leave. Just walk out the door and never come back. And I get it now. I get it. I mean, it's... Holy shit. They still do not have it. Fucking Christ. I mean, every day I learn a new nightmare about Japan. Damn, okay, so he has been actually paying child support the entire time, essentially. Not, like, legally child support, because it's been hidden, but, like, essentially child support. Which is, again, even more commendable. Listen, I've had some fathers who have not been fucking paying child support, let me fucking tell you, alright? So it is going above and beyond. It shouldn't be, but it is going above and beyond. You're paying child support. And on top of that, he is paying it when he doesn't even legally have to. There's no record of this. This is just all him doing a good deed, essentially. You know, I mean, he should be doing it regardless. It just shouldn't be a bar, but it is a bar. But either way, and then additionally now it's all been in her future savings. She has a bunch of future savings saved up already. But okay, so yeah, mom was just waiting for Reiko's mother to die. No, I don't think that's what it was. But yeah, we can just be happy from here. Come on, there's no need to treat this as a tragedy. It's not a tragedy. And okay, they return back from the villa to Tokyo. Second semester begins. Superficially, the days went by, no different than before. But below the surface. And yeah, ignoring her mom. Reiko wants you to watch her study. So cute. So cute. I'm not Reiko's tutor. She's not asking to be her tutor. She's just asking to watch her study. But okay. Seniors gave her a little present for Reiko. What is it? This. They're so annoying. I don't want it. I'm not interested. Changed so much from the last time she was given a gift. But I mean, with everything that's been going on, I'm not surprised. Huh. She's saying that this is my blood-related sister. But then, she has no clue. She has no clue that she's my blood-related sister, or she has no clue that we're a pair of sisters all in... she has no clue, but we're a pair. So yeah, the but is not a part of that. So she has... she is thinking, like, Reiko is thinking that Kaoru does not know that they're blood related now. So we have not, explained that yet. And now it's just staring at her, blushing. These two are so cute. I love these two so much. But okay, she is actually tutoring her. She's getting on her about not saying thank you. I don't know if she needed to say thank you. It's not like she was avoiding saying thank you, but maybe she is. But okay, she said it. Thank you. Whoa, creepy. That was so honest. I love Kaoru so much. Creepy. That was so honest. I love this girl so much. Oh, those sparkles in her eyes as she says it. She truly is thankful. And can you come again this time tomorrow? Sorry, not tomorrow. I'll be late from club stuff. I love this outfit. Oh, look at that. Damn, she's fly as hell. She looks so much older, too. They both look like they've aged. Like, we did a time of a semester, but, like, it looks like it's been multiple years. No, forget the club. Come home first thing. First thing. She's so fucking spoiled. Oh my god, it warms my heart so much. But yeah, she's just barking back at her. Now she's being so sweet and everything. She's still being so pushy and everything, but now she's barking back. Kaoru, you dummy. Stupid. What's with you? You don't know how I feel at all. How I feel. Oh, even I don't know. Even I don't. But it's not just me envying your health. It's not. It's more of a different feeling. Oh, now her heart. Yeah, the weak heart. It's not the weak heart because of excitement. It's the weak heart because of the feelings. It hurts. Maybe I won't ever get better. I've never thought that before, but it hurts. It hurts. But yeah, it's a different kind of heart. Different kind of heart hurt. Oh, who is this? A bunch of flowers. And hello, I'm Yuriko Kauchi. Is your sister home already? Oh, okay. Yes, this is Kauchi. What does she want? She promised to watch me study today. What? She's watching other people study? My sister would never make a promise like that. Have some shame. Leave. I love her reaction to everything. It's so... Oh my god, I just want... I guess what I'm also so surprised about is that I know there's a manga after this that was called, like, the first Yuri one. Like, oh, this is like the first Yuri. But I don't know how this is not the first Yuri. I said leave! Leave before I sprinkle some salt on you! Oh, such an ice princess, oh my god. Literally kicks her out in her butt. So cruel. Never get near sister again! Salt on her! Oh my god! Oh my god, she is so obsessive over her. Wants her all to herself, nothing more. That girl is cute. She's from a good family and was right behind me in popularity with the seniors at Issei. But I'm prettier, and I won't lose on family name either. I've got my late mother's connections. No Ikeda would favor her. So good. This is so good. I love this dynamic to death. Oh boy. Letter to Kaoru Higaki from Junichi Katashirakawa. What's it say? Kaoru, how have you been feeling since then? It feels like summer break went by faster than usual this year. Meeting someone like you in my final semester as a college student was a surprisingly wonderful memory. It's still hot in Tokyo, but would you like to meet me sometime soon? I'd like to invite you as my girlfriend to the college festival. Jesus Christ! So, but what? I just assumed, like, with the way everybody was drawn, I assumed he was, like, also in middle school or maybe, like, freshman in high school or something. You're in college and you're trying to date a middle schooler? Listen. We get crazy about age gap relationships now in a way that is absurd how much people are against them when it's really not bad at all, like 4 years or something. But if you're in college and she's in middle school, Jesus Christ. Oh my lord. But I mean, that shit was definitely a lot more normal back here. I mean, it was pretty normal even up to the 90s, I feel like. It was only really in the 2000s where it really started to be a little bit like, okay, wait, this is fucking weird. Yeah, gonna have to grapple these feelings. Why do you want nobody to get near her? Nobody at all. Another page here where, oh, I guess this wasn't an ad. This is just a, I don't know, maybe ad of these. I don't know. Interesting layout if there wasn't an ad there. Ooh, almost time for the Fall Cultural Festival. Every year they put on a wonderful play with a cast from all throughout Issei. Okay, so just one thing. Wonder what we're doing this year. Looking forward to it. Okay, you said every year they put on a wonderful play. I wonder what we're doing this year. Probably the same wonderful play you put on every year. The fact that you can't avoid any boyfriends unless your parents or the school approves them. So outdated. Okay, so you can you can invite a boyfriend if the school disapproves, but your parents approve. You can do that. But boyfriends, huh? And okay, she's thinking of Junichi. She is thinking of him. I'm surprised because they interacted like once. I mean, I guess they were there for a while. We didn't really see them, but I guess they were interacting and stuff. But we skipped over all of their interactions. But yeah, what's with me? And then what the hell? Huh? That strange guy's been staring at me for a while. Who the hell is that? But nobody's there. No one. Gosh, maybe you're just imagining things. Maybe. Pair of eyes been staring at me the whole time these past few days. It's definitely not Junichi, but then what is that, like Junichi's father maybe or something? Another great glamour shot. Damn. But okay, right as she was like thinking about like, who's been watching me, who's been stalking me, door opens up. who thrusted the door open? Yep, Riyoko. And now she's still got those lines around her. She is scared about what she's gonna do. Oh, what? I'm bleeding. Oh, okay, you mean getting your period, yeah. Alright. Don't freak me out like that. You look so worried. Congrats, Riyoko. I'm happy for you. You'll be fine. I'll show you the ropes. Must be really nice to have a sister who's already gone through it and everything like that. Can't deny she's the older sister now. Also love this outfit here with the overalls and everything. Great. Just a great tomboy outfit there. Love it. She got so shocked and flustered over it, she rushed right over to my room. Is that the bond sisters have? Even though she doesn't know the truth at all. Yeah, even though, yeah, so they both, they both think that the other doesn't know about the blood relation. Sorry for ever calling you a late bloomer. Not alone. I got a sister related to me. Strange. I even want to thank Father and Mom. But alright. So then what now? Transition, another day. Riyoko, listen, it's been decided this year's Cultural Festival play will be West Side Story. Okay, I got the part of Tony. They chose me today. You'd make a great Tony. Just from this outfit alone, you look so masked. My God, incredible. The denim jacket, denim pants. Oh, incredible. Oh my God, okay, yeah, you're just dressed up like Tony already. Holy moly, moly, moly. That's gonna be a good Tony. That's gonna be a good Tony. You got the hair down and everything like that. Oh my God, this outfit's incredible. Incredible. Sneakers on too. Whoo. Like it. Dancing in this costume is gonna be great. I mean, I would be too. Hot damn, goddamn. The contrast between their two personalities and appearances and everything is what the saying opposites attract is all about, baby. She's lovely. I thought the prince of my dreams suddenly appeared before me. So lovely. I mean, truly, nobody makes a hotter guy than a girl. And nobody makes a hotter girl than a guy sometimes. Not as often, but sometimes. Yeah. Oh, what do? I can't get out of my head. I just can't. What a wonderful, gallant look. My heart's pounding so much. Yeah, gallant's a great word too. Very gallant. Very Prince Charming. My God, I mean, as Tony was. Whew. His feelings. What's wrong with me? God is a girl and my sister. Yet I feel that gallant look. Yeah, undeniable this is the first Yuri. I was, gonna give it a bit of the doubt and be like, so often people will just write what they don't realize is such a queer relationship as, them trying to cope with it themselves. But no, this author knows exactly what she's doing. She knows what she's doing here. God, this outfit looks amazing. Alright. Oh, Junichi, what's the matter? Do you hate me? I want an answer. You should know how I want an answer, you should know how I feel. Yeah. Should have been comma. I want an answer, comma, you know how I should feel. Oh yeah, how you feel? That's right, I've sent you letters over and over, but you've never once given me a reply. And I've asked Riyoko to deliver my messages to you on the phone so many times. But Riyoko hasn't done it. Oh, and then from Reiko's room, yeah, I think she's like injured or something like that, but I think she's just like coming to the realization that she's in love with her sister and a girl at the same time. 2 double no-nos. Oh, and then as she's rushing up the stairs, she sees in the courtyard that guy, the one always watching her. And then what? Mom know who he is? Oh, is that? Okay, that is her actual dad who's not dead. It was just a strange whatever has been going on with the mom feeling so guilty. Okay, it's got to be something here. So mom was also doing an affair at the time. I mean, I assumed it the case, but rather the dad's still alive is actually the much more shocking thing here. But okay, a suspicious figure startled Riyoko, and she had a fit from the shock. Okay, so it was actually that. Damn. Okay, yeah, tons of letters here as well. She's been hiding all these letters. Ain't no way that this relationship is going to end in any healthy way. Ain't no way. Man, what an interesting panel border here. Very interesting. And yeah, she just thinks, oh, you like Junichi too. It's not that. His feelings can never be reached. The house appears was the upper house of the Imperial Japanese government. Okay. Members included Imperial family members, those of the hereditary parentage, Kozoku, and those imperially appointed. Okay. Damn, her mother was fucking crazy important. Holy shit. I mean, they said that, she could have married into the royal family, the imperial family, if it was a little bit earlier in time. But she was just, I assume, of the hereditary parentage, Kozoku, or she was either just appointed by... I don't think she was appointed by the Imperials. I'm going to guess she was of the Kozoku. Ooh, I like this recap talking about, And when I came to the Higaki family, I had the cover of Mom's happiness. I thought I could have escaped this fate at any time. But now, that won't fly anymore. My fate's bound to the Higaki family whether I like it or not, just on the fact that I'm Father's real daughter. Yeah, the situation has changed, and I like that it's changed her outlook on it as well. But, okay, just seems like we're back to a normal dynamic with these two. I thought something was going to come from that last, where he left off last chapter, but no. But yeah, already like an old married couple. You're out late, I told you to come early. I was practicing for the play, and you're complaining. I don't remember you dictating things down to the time I come home. This panel's so cute. So cute. But yeah, Kato, you idiot, I don't have many days left with you. I just want to be together a little longer, you idiots. Aw, so like, yeah, when they're 18, they're going to go off to their separate colleges or wherever and go their separate ways. But siblings really only have a couple years together. Alright, then Junichi's calling. Tell him I'm not here. Okay. Phew! Damn it, girl, you cannot. You have no poker face. Oh my god. But alright, so it seems like Karu's not interested in Junichi anymore. Is that just because, like, the situation's been spoiled because of the letter situation, or what? And yeah, now so happy. Ah, hello? Yes, it seems my sister's not back yet. Understood. Well then. Karu. Yeah, you have that happy seeing me avoid Junichi? Right. Because it's her whole thing of like, oh, she's in love with Junichi. This whole misunderstanding. But oh, was she actually hearing that? Did she actually say it out loud? I thought it was just in her mind, but... Yeah, I'll give Junichi up. I'll step aside. But I'll never forgive you for those letters. Never. Oh, man. And now, back to the play. Maria, Maria. God, this outfit's so much better than Tony's as well. This outfit fucking rocks. It goes so hard. I love it. I love it. And of course, all the juniors absolutely enraptured by this gallant prince. Maria, Maria. Oh, hell yeah. I want to actually see this play. Let's see this play. All the beautiful sounds in a single word. Okay, wait. What, was that actually the play? I thought we were just, like, practicing the play. But then we just go ahead to the play. She does the play. They're all heading home now. Oh, man. I wanted to see more than that. We got to just see one line, just Maria, Maria. That's all we got. And then that scene there. The balcony. Oh, balcony scene. I never knew Kato was that great at singing. I wonder who she reminds me of. Oh no! It was my past husband! It's gotta be what it was, right? Okay, cool. Kato wants to hold a celebratory party once the play is over. Isn't that too bold? What do you mean? Not at all. It's the first time Kato's ever begged me for something. I'm happy for her. Yeah, the dad's so nice. I love this dad so much. But I mean, now I understand more. He was actually the poor one in his relationship. He's crazy rich in our eyes. He's fucking one of the Zaibatsu. But, he was still the poor one in his own relationship. It's so insane to be like, one of the Zaibatsu was the poor one. But yeah, everybody loved it. She invited their whole friend group. How unusually showy of her. What do you mean? It's a party. Why would she not invite all her friends? Like, I think this is more the mangaka writing it, trying to have these characters say things that we should be thinking as an audience. Like, don't forget that, this isn't just a party. This is, tying into the stuff with Reiko. But, I don't believe that these people would actually say that. And if they did, that's crazy. But yeah, Reiko's been laid up in bed. That's right, she's been laid up in bed. That's why. What do you mean? Why are you saying that so evilly? Like, I would assume that is true, but you're saying that like that's not true, that there's actually something else. But I guess just like, make her super jealous, she's going to steal your boyfriend away, then, we'll, put on a party that she can't attend. Got records of everyone's favorite Elvis on stage. I even got records of everyone's favorite Elvis on stage. Or, again, is this supposed to be a comma here? I've got records of everyone's favorite, comma, Elvis on stage. Is that what she's trying to... I think that's what... yeah. A little bit of a lack of commas here once or twice, but yeah, just everybody enjoying it. God, also, having to listen to Elvis on stage, downstairs, everybody having a time, having to listen to Release Me! That's so on the nose, actually. Is that the first song on the album? I don't remember. Oh, it's an early one. I don't remember if it was the first song. I feel like it was the first one, but I could be wrong. But to release me. Oh, you're just holed up in bed. Oh, that feels so on the nose. I mean, even just the name of the album, Elvis on Stage, being like, being out, being, on stage, the kind of thing she can't do. I feel like this is a perfect encapsulation. I mean, Elvis as well, like, Elvis is the dancer. He is the active guy, So this is really rubbing it in her face. But yeah, oh, she's having a party. I always have those. Now I'm sick of them. But yeah, a party. The tears in her eyes. So what? Cutter, you idiot! Cutter, you idiot! This might be, so far, my number one shoujo, I think. It's gotta be. What is my favorite shoujo after this one? Is it Girlfriends? I don't know. I like it, but it does sort of, it drags a little bit in the middle. God, I'm realizing most of the stuff that I would consider to be shoujo is probably josei. Even like 14 Sai no Koi, Love at 14, you would think that would be a shoujo because it's about 14-year-olds. But I think it's more of a josei, I think. And stuff like A Silent Voice, I think, is a josei, not a shoujo. But I also don't really know. I haven't read much of either fully. Again, probably the amount of josei I've read, I can count on two hands. The amount of shoujo I've read, I can count on two hands. But I don't know where the distinction between them truly is, whereas the distinction between like shonen and seinen I have a much easier understanding of. But even then, that line gets blurred all the time, so I don't know. My love story has to be shoujo, right? My love story is not josei, that is shoujo, correct? Ori Monogatari? That might be my favorite shoujo, which says a lot because it's definitely a male protagonist. But, it's got a little bit of duo-protagonist sort of thing going on. But still, that's like maybe what I would say my favorite is. I'm also very picky when it comes to romance stuff in general. Like, I would say this is definitely with my top 3 favorite romances of all time, period. Because I am very picky when it comes to liking a romance or not. And so I would say this is easily within my top 3. But I don't even know if I would say I like Ori Monogatari more as a romance. I just like it, Again, I think I would say I like it a little bit less than even this manga. This manga might be my number 1. Insane, because I don't think many people are going to watch this. So if you're watching this, please leave a comment. Let me know if you're enjoying it and stuff like that, how you felt about this. Because this might be my favorite shoujo right now. And it's going to be a video that not many people are going to see, I think. But I think, I'm a little bit... The longer a romance goes on, the harder it is for me to be in the end like, that was really good. Because sometimes a romance, I want it to be a short one. Compared to, most other things, I like them to be as long as possible. But yeah, I'll have to, go back over some of my manga and rethink about it and stuff. Because I'm not sure what my top shoujo are. Josei is a lot easier to say. That's a lot easier. But for shoujo, tough. But okay, party's over. All that noise, Lady Riyoko must have been rather sad. Really? You think so? Yeah, so happy about it. Alright, walking into her crying herself to sleep on her bed. God, these two girls. Riko's crying? That prideful girl crying? This is the first time. First time I've ever seen her like that. What did I do? And now, damn, she is sobbing. I hate you, I really hate you, Garu! I'm sorry, I'm so sorry, I did something terrible. Realizes it. Oh my god, this scene, I mean, just this face alone, oh, my heart, these two girls. But okay, I love you, Kato, I love you, Kato, I do, I love you so much, it hurts so much, I don't want anyone else looking at you, I couldn't be honest like Kauchi, I know you don't know how much I wanted to open up like this, I love you, don't laugh at me, what should I do about these feelings, I love you, god damn, girl, god damn, hey, hope she doesn't take this as just sibling love. Hope she understands truly what you mean. But God, being able to get it all out there, holy shit. I mean, even her outfit, she's dressing more and more like you. Becoming more and more together. But okay, yeah. Explain. Didn't want to take Junichi away. You're mine, Karu. Mine and mine alone. I read about it in this book. At times, girls will fall in love with other girls to prepare for real love. Oh my god. Oh my god. Japan. I mean, that is the... It's why Japan can do so much of this Yuri shit, because every fucking individual person in Japan thinks they're coming up with the concept of being gay for the first time. Jesus Christ. I mean, again, all this at a time when gay people are fully understood in America. Fully understood. There's no question. There's no, oh, this is just a girls fall in love for a pre-love. There's none of that at this point. None of that. Maybe in like the 20s, I'd believe that people still felt like that. But I think 30s, 40s forward, and especially the 70s, that's insane. Oh my god. But this is going to have a heartbreaking ending. Absolutely heartbreaking ending. But yeah, we have the same father but different mothers, bringing that out now too. Why is this? I feel like this should have been on that side. But yeah, the love that's unforgivable on two different levels. They're both agonizing forms of love, but it's not my fault. I'm scared. It's getting closer day by day. The day where they'll separate. I'd rather die right now. Yeah. God, this I didn't want to I really thought we were gonna end this on a like nice heartwarming ending. Even though I was warned, I was like, no, surely not. Okay. Actually, hold on. So I think they're realizing right now that the tests of the blood are wrong. So okay, they do not have the same father at all. They do have separate fathers, separate mothers. So the whole, like, she did have an affair, but it actually is not Higaki's blood within her. It is her original dad, who's the person stalking her. But okay. But yeah, now you've lost that connection to your father. But I mean, really not really, because it's, I get, she's just so tied into blood and everything. But okay, yep, the old father calling this place. He's found you out, and he's called you out somewhere. Ooh. Very interesting panel border there. Interesting. And yeah, I love her outfit here too. Again, she's starting to get a little more feminine with these dresses. But alright, the exact kind of man that, I guess, her mom explained to her and he had pictures and stuff of that, so that's why he looks exactly like that. But she just recognized him as that guy he always watches, so she hasn't seen any, like, pictures of him or anything like that. There's no, like, photos of him around the house. So I guess she just accidentally, in her own mind, the picture of her father was exactly what he actually looked like. Okay, he was in jail. I see. You've made such good use of my daughter, Kaoru. I mean, he's not wrong, though. He ain't wrong at all. She has simply used her daughter. She has not really treated her daughter like a daughter in any way. She has just treated her like a material thing. Okay, and Reiko followed us too. Now she heard all this. But yeah, not related to me by blood. So, okay, he tricked the mother, a girl who knew nothing, and leached off me as much as you could. The moment I realized I was carrying your child, I wish I could have died instead. And you went to jail for robbery and murder. Robbery and murder! How happy I was thinking about it. Normal happiness has finally returned to me. I'm free from this nightmare. But you didn't think far ahead enough about my release, did you? And again, there's no fault divorce here. So I mean, what? I mean, I guess she probably got divorced because he fucking murdered somebody actually. But so then, what's the issue about his release now? What's the issue? Just that Higaki. I guess this entire time she's been constantly in fear that Higaki's gonna stop loving her. Like, at every single moment of her life, she is just living in constant fear that the man she loves and married doesn't love her back. Horrible. Horrible that that you would have those thoughts. Like, why would you even get into this if you're going to have those thoughts? But again, it's to give my daughter a better future and everything like that. But I mean, to be fair, through all of this, she is not thinking about any of her daughter's happiness. She keeps saying to Kaoru that, like, I did all this for you. I did all this for your happiness. That way you could have a good life. That way you would have a future. But then as she's thinking about all this, none of this has anything to do with her. It's all just how much I would have happiness. Now that I have happiness again. Now that I'm going to have a better life. Yeah, I felt that I was truly saved. It was the first time that I knew this world from love. But, like, none of this is about her and Kaoru at all. But okay. Kaoru runs out here, tries to go, but Reiko stops her. Yeah, that's your dad. Robbery and murder. But yeah, it's something but like, I understand how much it's hitting her, even if to me it's like, who cares? She's just crying because her mom's not gonna be happy now because of all this. She's so selfless, not thinking about herself in any way, just thinking about her mom's happiness, while her mom is completely only thinking about herself. God, now blaming herself. I'm the root of all evil, born from the most disgusting means. I mean, if that's the case, I'm right there with you, girl. I'm the same way. But bam! Okay. Going from I'm done for to bam! How you like the fit? Dressed all snazzy. Another star. She's got this star motif on all her outfits here, but looking real like a proper handsome businesswoman there. It's just gonna go on a walk, huh? Can I tag along? It'll be fine. Alright. I don't have much time left. I'm so scared being all by myself. I thought she was talking about them, like, going separate ways. Is she just going to die? Does she know that she has, like, a, you know, a sentence, like a life sentence, essentially. A death sentence. That's what a life sentence. I couldn't, like a death sentence, essentially, that she's going to die at a certain time, and the doctor's already told her that. But okay, they were trying to get some sleeping pills, and they weren't going to sell them to him, but thankfully use our family name. And we're buying tickets for something here. But, yeah, she's having a good time, but Kaoru is just mindless right now. Very mindless. And, yeah, trying to get her to leave, but she wants to spend every last second with you. I'm going somewhere I can never come back from, where you can't follow me. I know. I knew what you meant. There's no way I wouldn't. I'm dressed the way you are, too. But don't leave me. Take me with you. Take me anywhere. I love you. Still loves her. Isn't it nice? We'll be going together. I don't have much time. And okay, sorry. She's getting the pills to kill herself. That's also why she's dressed up. I thought she was going to confront her father about all this. You know, I thought she was like going to I'm going to go live with my father and be away from this family, so I'm not going to cause any more trouble. Nope, she is going to kill herself. They're going to kill each other together. How did I say it's the West Side Story shit? We're doing West Side Story. We're doing Romeo and Juliet. How did that take me this long to realize it? It took me this long to realize it. Took like we're on the final few pages, and I am only just now realizing this has been Romeo and Juliet the entire fucking time. Oh my god. I mean, it's of course a little more complex actually than the Romeo and Juliet thing. It's a little bit more. It's not just a family to hating family situation. It's a lot more complex than that actually. But damn, I didn't catch that at all till right now. Jesus Christ. But okay, then we reach the ocean. It was strangely light and sunny in their hearts. This was the only path they found where they could abandon everything and leave themselves behind. Was it because of that tranquility they felt? Wow, the ocean graces your cheeks so beautifully. God damn, man. God damn. I hate this is where we're going. But at the very least, it's better than them being like, no, I can't be with you ever. We're not allowed. You gotta, you know, at least they can be together in death. But yeah, you told me what I felt was love and preparation for real love. However, you'll be my first and final love. And it's crying too. I'm gonna start crying. God. These two girls, I love them so much. Now, we're together alone. Aren't you scared? Nope, not at all. Those that weak hearts can die from just a little push. I bet I'll be waiting ahead of you. Oh my god. Thank you, though it was short. God damn it. And there is a lot of suicide ideation at this time, especially, you know, late 60s, early 70s. There's a lot of suicide ideation for young people at this time because the, you know, late 60s were filled with a huge amount of hope for the future, which was all really dashed against the rocks in the 70s, and so there's a lot of suicide ideation at that time. And, you know, there's also just a lot of media, because so much media also depicted suicide as a positive thing at this time, because, like, you know, so much stuff of, well, you can't have a complicated ending because of all the censorship stuff, so to get around it, you had to have the characters kill themselves. Like, that is just how so many movies end, of, you know, just having a you know, really, like, a plot that today would be like, oh, this is a wonderful plot, but back in the day, it's like, well, you can't do that because of the Hays Code, or the Comics Code, or any sort of stuff like this, so you gotta, like, then at the end, in order to have it be a moral lesson, the character has to kill themselves at the end, so it's like, bad, you're not supposed to do this. But of course, anybody watching it is like, I agreed with everything that happened in the movie, and then they killed themselves, so that must have been the correct thing to do. And, you know, that's just what young people were growing up on. The two of them spoke of death like they were speaking of flowers, and took the pills prepared for them like they were eating lemon squash. They hated each other, they loved each other. Kaoru and Reiko set out on a journey, all by themselves. A long, long journey with no end, together alone. Was that really the only path they could take? Now, after carrying all those burdens, they begin death together. Futari Pochi, end. I mean, just like Romeo and Juliet, it is a tragedy that could have been prevented if any of the adults in their life were not as shitty as they were. With the exception of their dad. Their dad, you know, like their shared dad of Higaki was really the only decent adult in the story. You know, between her dad and her mother, all three of them caused this path. It is not any fault of the two of them for believing any of this. It is the society for creating this problem in the first place. And that is true love. In a world that will not let you be with your true love, this is the way it goes. And honestly, this hits me so much harder than Romeo and Juliet could possibly hit. And so much other. You know, I read tons of stories that are, you know, what if we couldn't love? And it's always, I love it, but, you know, I love it for my own allegory that I'm putting onto it of a queer thing. Because it's so ridiculous every time straight people are like, what if we couldn't love one another? And this hits the heart of that, of, you know, Romeo and Juliet being a little bit like, you know, this would work a lot better if this was a queer relationship and not a straight relationship with just two families who hate each other. But, you know, it works so well for the time it was written, but it's not as universal now, or even doesn't quite work for the past couple hundred years. And so I think this is a much more universal story. And in the end, going out in the most feminine outfit she's worn, the most masculine outfit she's worn, the contrast hitting so hard. My God. My God. I really thought at some point we were gonna, you know, empathize with the mom. I really thought the final chapter was gonna be the big reveal of why the mom was such an asshole to her, but really, there's no answer. She's just, sadly, Kaoru grew up with two really, really shitty parents. And if she did not try and force this happiness upon her daughter would not be dead right now. Perhaps these two could have met some other way. Highly unlikely. They probably never would have met. So it's really, you know, is this better or is this worse? I don't know. You know, that's just the way the cookie crumbles. You can never say, is it going to be better? Is it going to be worse? If we had done X differently, if we had done Y differently. Coulda, woulda, shoulda, coulda, woulda. But that's not the way it ended up. And I think, for certain, this is my favorite shoujo series with a bullet. Absolutely. Love it. I can't believe we still kind of got a bit of a happy end. You know, it's a tragedy, but it's more of a happy end than what I thought was going to be, which is, you know, just an ending of like, and then we moved away and we couldn't be with each other, and then eventually I got with a guy and she got with a guy and we were both unhappy for the rest of our lives. Still a much better ending than something like that. This is at least a bittersweet ending instead of just a bitter one. And lovely image upper here with whatever this outfit is. Got all these bow ties on. Like it's split down this way, but then you tie it up. Interesting. Interesting. And the flowers in her hair. Kaoru, what an amazing design. Certainly a design I'm never going to forget as well. This is quite the bleak, painful end. Children suffer from the follies of adults. Exactly. Kaoru's outfits were very on point. Hey, as I was saying, glad I'm not the only one. Her outfits were so fucking good. As you can tell, there are some star system characters in this work that appear in a certain other famous Class S Ikeda work. Okay, and in Kaoru's case, she would also be a younger Oscar. I don't know what any of this means yet, because this is the first thing I'm ever reading of this author, but very glad to know that a character like Kaoru will be appearing going forward. And I assume everybody here knows what the star system is, but if you don't know what the star system is, it started with Tezuka, I think. It might have been, you know, he at least popularized it, which is sort of designing the same sort of characters every time and just reusing those sort of characters. Now, there's a distinction between, you know, I myself also say star system sort of stuff a lot, when the true star system is like how Tezuka does it, where each of the people, each of the characters that he draws has a name, and then that name is like their actor name, and then they also have a character name, and then he also does stuff showing that they are actually actors. That's what makes it a star system, that he is literally saying these are literally actors and they are literally acting out these characters. I am not, that is the text of what is happening. Versus something where it's like, I draw similar characters and I give them similar-ish names. That's not really a star system, that's just reutilizing designs, but, it's easy to say, oh, it's a star system thing. It really depends on, well, I'll have to see an example of it to see if it actually truly is a star system or not. But I also, of course, myself say it all the time is, oh, it's like a star system thing here, when I just see clearly the same character design, in multiple works. Especially with the same personality. They have the same personality as well, but I think also the number one thing is they need to share the name. If it's going to be a star system, they need to share the name. The undercurrent of class and wealth was also very interesting. If you'd like to see Ikeda cover more of that, check out Gomennasai, which is collected here. Oh, okay, that's the next thing, right? That's like a one-shot. And here's a bunch of the covers from the magazine, if you want to check those out. It started in this one right here, and then ran to this one right here. But here's some other ones, just to give you an example. And we'll look at these a little bit bigger. We also, this is the magazine Margaret. We also read Rose-Colored Angel by Matsumoto Leiji and his wife. I wish I remembered her name, but I do not. But yeah, we read those on the channel, so if you want to go, or that one-shot channel, if you want to go check that out for another thing that ran in this magazine. But, so yeah, here we got the cover here, which I think, is that her right there? That Karu right there? But I love the covers of these shoujo magazine covers. They look so adorable. Look at how cute this is. So cute, cute, cute. But, yeah, it doesn't look like she's anywhere here on the cover, I don't think. God, look at how gorgeous these are. Absolutely gorgeous. I wish it was telling us who was doing the cover here. But, I would be curious to know who's doing these covers. But, God, these are so gorgeous. Which one down here is... it can't be this. It can't be the main one, right? Oh, it's there. There she is. That's Riyoko, I think. This is the last one. Is this her? Does she have green hair? It seemed like she had green hair in the first one, too. It's like an American one. That outfit. But maybe it just wasn't on the cover. Sad. But, alright, those were our covers there. Okay, now let's check out the one-shot collected here. Gomennasai, I'm sorry. Again, if you're watching this still, if you're watching this one-shot attached to the end of this video, I assume, leave me a comment. Let me know how you like these, or, how you like the previous series, how you like this one-shot. Let me know, please. I do this for the comments, so please, leave a comment. But okay, what do we got here? A younger girl here, some freckles, flowers. Not sure why we're not seeing the pupils in her eyes. And then, assuming our main character here to the side. Why can't people stay as children who know nothing of suffering? Do we live each day so that our hearts can discover the sorrows of human society? When a girl learned of the existence of inequality that shouldn't exist between children, she came to know the world of adults. Alright, we're gonna get into that. Some inequality once again. Yep, the new term, new classes, everybody's name posted up in the bulletin, what class they're going to be in and everything like that. I'm very, very, very against the whole putting up the test scores and everything on the boards in high school and shit. That shit is dystopian as fuck. But this, I actually like the whole, the whole ritual of everybody going to see what class they're going to be in and who's going to be in what class with them and everything like that. Because, we get that here in America too, but it's just a much more, it's just like a piece of paper given to you rather than like up on a bulletin board like this where everybody can gather around, talk about it and stuff. It's a great, closing out of the previous year, moving into the next year. It's a perfect transitional moment that I wish we got to have more of. So yep, our main character here, Riyoko Hagiwara. Okay. Who'd you get in your class or something? I assume that's what we're going to get into. And actually, is it like the first day of school? They, I always assumed this was you went and figured out and then you did school another day. But is this first day of school you figure out what class you're going to be in that day? Actually, never mind. I don't want that. I'm glad we have a lot more time to know before then. But we're missing one very important girl. Who's that? Kishi-sensei, this girl's in your class. She came into my mistake. Okay, here she is. So yeah, very, very poor girl here. Is she blind? Or is something else? Yasuo Yamada, she's going to be in our class. Ugh, what bad luck. Yeah, I thought first thing. Ooh, she stinks. Jeez, we got a bathroom inside our class. But yeah, sticking up for her. And the teacher's glad to see that. But yeah, kids are ruthless. Kids are way more mean than adults are, honestly. Like, adults are so much more forgiving than kids are. But they haven't learned empathy yet. And yeah, it's the cycle, too, of, like, you're poor and you got a shitty life at home, then you're going to be gloomy all the time, and the kids are only going to see that gloomy version of you, so they're going to grow to hate you because you're so gloomy and you're a bad person to be around. It's a reoccurring cycle. It really sucks to see, but like it just gets reintegrated, reinforced via everybody's attitudes. Now everybody's like, oh no, I don't want to be next to Yamada. I don't want to be next to Yamada. But okay, our main girl here, she wants to sit next to Yamada. Good on her. Yeah, everybody else is relieved. I mean, I can't say I wouldn't be exactly like them as a kid. I can't say that I would be exactly, yeah, and like, this is just because of the gloomy atmosphere and her being poor, but honestly, kids are a lot more rude than that, I can imagine myself as a kid and plenty of other kids being like, oh, I don't want to sit next to her if she's ugly. Just as simple as that. Like, kids will discriminate over anything. Literally anything. You have a different fucking color lunchbox will discriminate over your ass. Kids are chomping at the bit to discriminate. I see. It can't be helped. It's my duty. My reputation as an honor student. A good girl. It means they always follow me on how to act. But, good. I'm glad that, like, that's the kind of thing she's taking as her duty as an honor student and not, like, I can't be seen next to her. I'm an honor student and yada yada. Like, I've always been the kind of person where I don't care about ulterior motives. If you're doing something good for ulterior motives, you're still doing something good. I do not care if there's ulterior motives. I could not give a rat's ass. You're still doing something good. Okay, and she's got a special family as well, apparently. Special look, special family, special grades. Not to mention the Yasuo Yamada thing. She's just amazing. Oh, yeah, the thing that just happened in class. But yeah, you all need to be more respectful about Yamada. Okie dokie, my bad. And okay, some boy became the vice class president. So okay, he transferred here at the end of 5th grade. But yeah, good outlook on life. Matsutani's Matsutani, and I'm me. Always appreciate that outlook. It's a good one. But yeah, this is such a really, really tough part 2 of all this, where you have a very extroverted person trying to connect with the introverted person here, trying to be someone that can be their friend. But having been in the introverted role myself and having been in the extroverted role myself, very, very different points of my life, I understand both sides of this so clearly. Where, coming from the introvert's perspective, it seems like people are pitying you, or you've just been beaten down enough that you don't believe anyone's actually genuine about this. Like, oh, what did I strong? Could you show it to me? Erases it. Like, I don't think I would ever do something that extreme, but, like, it is still that sort of mentality of no one's ever going to like me, so I'm not going to subject myself to another rug pull situation later down the road. And it's very, very, very difficult to tell as an introvert when people are being genuine and when people are making fun of you. It's very tough to tell because they might just be saying the exact same things, and you're young enough where you can't really understand the inflection difference or, the whole, like, big picture of what the kind of person they are versus what kind of person the other person is. It's hard to tell at that age. And so you push back, you got the gloom and doom, and you got the get away from me, don't be my friend. And then as the extrovert, you're trying very hard to reach out and to have a connection with this person, and they are shutting you down in every way. It makes you, especially as a kid, you are finding any excuse to not put in the effort. So you go, oh, well, I tried, and they didn't want it, whatever. When, in the situation, you do have to try over and 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 over. And it might not ever work. But the times where it does work, you need to try over and over and over and over and over and over. If it worked on the first try, this situation wouldn't exist in the first place. You need someone who can push through over and over again while you're saying, I don't want your help, I don't want your friendship, and you gotta force yourself upon them, and it's really the only way it goes. But of course, nobody wants to do that because that seems really rude and really creepy and really weird, But, so it's just a cycle that will continue forever, It's shameful. It sucks. But that's the way it is. But yeah, she's still trying. I appreciate she got pushed off. Still trying. I got this book, Little Prince. It's really interesting. Want to read? But yeah, not even trying to open her heart to me, even though I'm going out of my way to get close to her. But that's how it is. That's just how it is. But then outside, oh my god, they're lynching a student. Oh my god, Jesus Christ. What a fucking page turn. Oh my lord. Okay, he's the little brother of Yasuyamada. Oh my god, Jesus Christ. But okay. Yasue is out there saving him, thank god. And okay, yep, Matsutani, hell yeah. Great guy as well, this guy. And alright, rips it down in other hands. Wish he kind of pulled him out of the fucking window with it, but I mean, this is the amount of kids that die at the hands of other kids because they don't understand how deadly things can be. Or, they don't understand how serious things are, what they're doing either, They're just thinking, this is a ha-ha joke fun thing, we're just messing around. And it's the classic thing, too, of with the girls and the guys. The bigger you get a group going, and, of course, people stop being as empathetic as they are when they are alone. But, alright, he'll handle the rest. Thank you, Matsutani. I like ya. Yeah, heard that? He said, Miss Hagiwara. What a snob. Someone go to Sensei and get him in a bed in the infirmary. Oh, sorry. I thought they were talking about Hagiwara because he said, Miss Hagiwara, what a snob. Get him in the infirmary. But no. Yeah, about the brother. And her arms are so thin she can't even hold up her brother. But yeah, they eat lunch like everyone else, yet they're malnourished because at home they're not getting any food. But yeah, and then the stench smells like a bathroom, like the ammonia in a lab. No, I just can't touch him. Yeah, can't even bring yourself to touch him. And I mean, I don't really know what it is. I've been, there myself too, where, when we were so poor that, I smelled. And it's a hard thing to admit. It's a hard thing to have happen at the time too. And, I see it with tons of other people too. I don't really know, I think it is just, there is just less an emphasis put on bathing. It's not like, oh, you can't bathe because of the water bill and stuff like that, probably is some of it. But, I think the vast majority of it is just like, when you're that poor, you're just so used to a lot of shit that so much stuff goes on the wayside, and they just probably aren't showering or as much. But I imagine probably is to save on the water, to be fair, with something this extreme. This is, to be fair, a much more extreme version. And then Matsutani got into a fight with those boys. Well, it seems like he won. Beat them up, serves them right, since they should be chewing them out right about now. Hell yeah. And he picks them up with ease, not a care in the world. What a hero. And he's the vice prez. He should be the one with the prez, honestly. And yeah, the ammonia on their clothes and that, I imagine it's probably from cat piss, dog piss, other animal piss, something like that, you just re-wear the same clothes over and over again without washing them as much. What's that? There are many street shirts and like that after the war, but they still exist now. Don't they bathe? And their mom's a garbage lady, so probably where some of the smells come from. I bet they got them from some seedy place. That's what her mom's saying. Yeah. Though you need to be kind to those sorts. Hey, I'm not mean. Put some cologne on her. Putting some cologne on your child. These are really the two extremes. And now they're on food duty. That's gonna cause a lot of shit. Yep, it is. And yep, of course, our vice pres says, what? I want some milk. Give me all the milk they don't want. Hell yeah. Let me get some of that too. Hey, have some shame, man. Oh, Matsutani, I'm sticking with Yamada. Wait, huh? I'm sticking with Yamada. What? I guess she's just she was doubting herself, and she's like, no, I will stick with her because of Matsutani. But yeah, she eats like crazy too. I mean, I bet, there was many days at school when I went to a school where you had to pay for your lunch, which was fucking ridiculous. Every school I've gone to has had, some sort of free lunch sort of situation. Not, exactly, but just by the nature of lunch ladies would just give me free lunch sometimes because they felt bad for me and stuff. But when I went to a really nice school at one point, nothing like that. So pretty much every single lunch for a full year, I had 2 packets of mayonnaise. That was my lunch, 2 packets of mayonnaise. Whew, boy, the memories. But okay, giving her lunch, her veggie salad. Not like her full lunch, it's an extra thing. Give her full lunch, that might be a bit much. That's like, girl, you need to eat too. But giving her some extra stuff, totally, absolutely. Wow. Okay, so on a day where she was absent, the teacher's still like, oh, here's her lunch bread. Go deliver it to her. She still gets her lunch bread. That is incredible. My God. There's a lot of shit I hate about Japan, but there's also a lot of good I love about Japan. That is, yeah, I'm sure a lot of other countries do this too, but man, that is heartwarming. I wish we had something like that. God damn. And yeah, the ammonia smell, she can smell it everywhere here. Yeah, it's just the smell of the slums. Waste and sewage, sweat and garbage. Couldn't believe people lived in a place so dirty to make you vomit. But you just don't have a choice. You know, no one lives in these places out of choice. Okay, so she's absent because she had to work today instead, because the mom is in bed. She's bedridden right now. I imagine some grueling work. I mean, again, it's the thing. Like, people who are poor work harder than any other person. The poorer you are, the harder you work. And the poorer you are, the more money you spend. It's just the way it goes. You have to spend so much. Like, you know, again, you're someone rich, you can buy a super nice pair of shoes. You're poor, you gotta just buy the cheapest shoes you can, which will then break, which then you gotta buy another cheap pair of shoes, which will break, then you gotta buy another cheap pair of shoes. And that's just everything. It's a pit. It is a pit that you just sink further and further deeper into. But so she's had Yasue's older brother and Yasue doing all the toilet paper exchanging in my set. And the toilet paper exchanging, is that like recycling used toilet paper, or is there something else? Like, not really sure what toilet paper exchanging is, but I imagine it's some sort of recycling. And alright, I'm glad to see that the older brother's got a bit of a good outlook. He's smiling, he seems happy, he's not too bad off, like, mentally. That seems good to have that good to have that outlook on life when you're in a situation like this. And great, now he's stealing her bread though. Oh my god, he's eating it. Okay, never mind, this guy's an asshole. I really thought it was like, now I can see why he's just, taking it out on everybody else. That's what's keeping him smiling this whole time. Jeez. Then yeah, do you still need something? Yeah, the mom not doing any parenting at all. Zero parenting. Oh my god, Jesus Christ. Okay. Never mind, this is not a normal poor family. This is not a normal poor family at all. Licking his running nose. What the fuck? Yeah, okay, I'm with you, girl. I'm with you. These people are crazy. I mean, not these people, the mom. As always, same with the actual series you're just reading, Futari Pochi. Just the same as the adults. But alright, running by Matsutani. Yeah, what was with a happy look on his face too? That look was so creepy. It's like he's like looking at us as it happens, like he knows he's grossing us out or something. So fucking weird. What the hell was up with that? Well, just no, my anxiety's killing me. Maybe Yamada's happier than me. What do you mean? Yamada didn't look happy at any point at all. She's crying. What are you talking about? Why would she be happy? But okay, I see. So she's just like, taking this a completely different way than I was. The fact that, like, she's like, Mama answers me, could you lick off my snot with your tongue? Would you do anything for me no matter how dirty it is? Why would you? Yeah, tissue is so much better. Why would you lick it off? Disgusting. That's what it means to be a mother, Riyoko. It's true, no matter what it is, I can't imagine it being dirty. Your hair, your blood, even your snot. That's all from Mama, Riyoko. Oh, gross. How would I look at all people right now? I'm going, God, this is so weird. What a weird fucking... Where are we going with this? What the fuck? I was so in defense of this other family until this moment. Oh, Matsutani said he went to Yamada's place yesterday. Jesus Christ. Now the other girls are bullying Yasue for not having conversation with fucking Riyoko. Insane. Do you realize how safe you are because Riyoko sits next to you? Safe! And then spits in her face! Alright, where's fucking Matsutani when we need him? Beat up this woman! Okay, arts and crafts. Gives Yamada some of her 36-pack paints. Now somebody else wants it. This is something you can use. Oh, no, sorry, this isn't something you can use. That, blunt. I don't know why I looked like a different word. That blunt pencil's more than enough. Awful. But yeah, tries to wet her jump rope. The other girls don't want him. And Matsutani trying to get her involved too, but they're not going to allow it. Why do you make it sound like we're picking on her? Riyoko went out of her way to invite her, but she didn't answer. Jesus Christ. And yeah, okay, sorry. Anyway, just let her in. I love this man so much. What a good character. God, that is the perfect response to all this. Like, Riyoko went to invite. Okay, let her in anyway. Like, I feel like that's how I have to talk to so many fucking boomers nowadays. They just scream out something. I'm like, okay, not important. Just fucking do it. Jesus Christ. And I mean, yeah, you're saying like, oh, she only opens her heart to Matsutani, but I think, again, she can probably see that Matsutani is doing it genuinely versus you have ulterior motives. Most kids can't see that, but it seems like she's been able to see through that. As much as I don't really care, you know, other people do. I guess apparently now she's budding line. How are they gonna react to this? Yeah, what would Matsutani do? Just put up for it a bit. But alright, she grabs her hand. She wouldn't touch her before, but now she would. God, these reactions. Alright, don't leave her with him. Okay, she's smiling. She's smiling. She's having a good time. Matsutani, he's enjoying it too. Oh, I feel a little excited. Matsutani is looking at me. Such ulterior motives. I feel like I can really be nice to her. But okay, you want to come over to my place today? It'll be nice. Yeah. But then remembers touching her. Immediately has to wash her hands. Alright, this is her room. Ooh. This feeling of being dirt fucking poor and being invited over to somebody's house and seeing how nice their room looks. The imposter syndrome is off the wall. I mean, that might be some of the most uncomfortable times I've ever been in my life. It's just really hard to shake that feeling of not belonging somewhere when you are, you know, poor or othered in some way. And enjoying some fruit punch. Man, nice. Just I would be too. Okay, the bath's all heated up. Want to take a nice bath? Little insert shot of a random character that has nothing to do with this manga at all. Okay. Cute cat. Cute outfit too. I like it. Again, always mention every time. Love these 60s, 70s belt skirts. Wish we got them more. And just like this whole like dress that's also like an overall dress. Like there's undershirt under it. Cool. Cute. Love it. Alright. Nice bath. And okay, giving her a dress as well. Alright, this is all going really well. I feel like there's going to be a shoe drop here somewhere, but... Alright, let's play some cards, chess, dolls. Beanbags? Want to play beanbags? Okay. Very old school, but... She's just tired about this. Yeah, playing by herself all that she knows. Even though we're playing together, it's no fun at all. This boredom's suffocating. I've been there so many times too, trying to play with a friend who I am legitimately friends with, but I'm like, man, this person's tough to play with because they just want to play with themselves. It's so boring. But again, it's a cycle. Brings up Matsutani going to her house, makes her uncomfortable, going home immediately. Jesus Christ. Oh no. This is so lame. I won't call her over anymore. I've been there so many times. It sucks, you know, but you can't blame yourself for what you did as a kid, but the amount of times I've been there. And alright, next morning, but back to wearing her old raggedy clothes. Why was she not wearing them? Pretty sure she sold them. Oh, she's giving them back, actually. Okay, I told her to. It's not right. Yeah, she's not a beggar. I see. I never. You're awful, Matsutani. A beggar? I didn't have that in mind at all. I never did. Great. Yeah, what do you mean, Matsutani? Where are you coming from for this? But alright, she is saying, like, you know, sorry for crying over something like this. But I don't know, I think you got the right to. It is a bit fucked up for him to say, like, you shouldn't give your friends clothes. Yeah, I don't know why you are being made out to be a villain towards her. I don't really know. I don't want to believe that Matsutani has anything to do with this, or Yasuo has anything to do with this, but it's got to be one of the two of them, right? It's got to be something to do with the meeting they had, but... Why? Oh boy, now the boys are dragging her off. Okay, there was the ones that Matsutani beat up, so now they're going to beat up her. Because they can't beat up him, so they're going to take it out on someone below him. And okay, now Riyoko comes across it. But I guess that is what the kids meant by, you know, you're being protected by Riyoko. Now, when she's not around, this is what happens. Go ahead, get hit some more. Even if you die, nobody will feel sad about it. More. They should leave you half dead. Jesus Christ. Okay, so I think, yeah, there was a lot of, you know, we weren't seeing her true internal thoughts for all this. We were just seeing what she's coping to herself about. But, I mean, this is all just for the boy. Again, I don't think there's anything wrong with doing a good deed, for ulterior motives. But of course, there's definitely something wrong with doing, evil things for evil reasons. God, they're beating her with rocks, too. Jesus Christ. But then, remembers every single character in this one shot so far. Okay, stops them. Well, suddenly, you should have worn those clothes. Would have given you a much better vibe. Out of nowhere. What the hell? But okay, they posted the winners from the pictures we did last week in front of the teacher's room in the hallway. They posted the winners from the pictures we did last week. I don't know what that was about, but so in front of the teacher's room in the hallway is where they got posted, not pictures from what we did last week in front of the teacher's room. But okay, what is this about? Okay, Ryoko's in first place, but Yasuo Yamada got the special reward. And it's her mom and her brother doing the whole recycling thing. And damn, finally see her eyes for the first time as she cries, receiving the special award. And everyone else just fucking hates it. And then instantly turning around. You shouldn't hate her! Okay, fine, we'll celebrate her. The fickleness of children. Yeah, what a wonderful picture I lost to. For a while after that, there wouldn't be a day where her picture didn't get brought up in class, in school period. Yes, as always, Yasui would continue to stubbornly project her shell and never try breaking out of it. I was honestly trying to celebrate her special prize win, and yet... Yet what? The pencil case. But then what? What about it? But can't let her get a prize better than mine. She's gonna rip it. Yep, she's gonna rip it. Damn, that's extremely complicated feelings of being a child. I can't quite blame her. I don't blame children for anything. I only blame adults. I'm not gonna blame the children. They don't deserve to be blamed for anything. Yep. Those kind of people wouldn't draw something like that. Even if one of those people get an award, just how much is it really worth? Like one of those lowlives? Yep. Like one of those lowlives. Is that how I really feel? How I really feel? Yep. Those unchecked biases. As much as she tries to deny it, I mean, that's why she's been so nice to her, because she can tell that she probably hates her more than anybody else in the class. And that's completely broken her. Completely shattered her. The one good thing she had. So weak she can't even stand up. Not even crying. Why isn't she crying? If she cried loudly, I could rush over and apologize. Stubbornness is making me and everyone else agitated. There's plenty of people here who wouldn't even mind Yasui dying. Jesus Christ. But hey, heard that plenty of fucking times. Kids don't give a shit. Great, now the teacher's asking her, please tell Yamada to draw something nice again. Don't get discouraged. Yeah, her drawing it again won't take the weight of the crime. Does Matsutani know? Yeah, everybody's turning on her. This has got to be a dream, though, right? This is a dream. I don't know. They all got the eyes like Yasui there. Gotta be a dream, right? There's no way this is real. I just don't think... Yeah, okay. Yeah, it's just a dream. Just a dream. And yeah, but everybody will forget about it if Yamada draws another one. But she refused to draw. Okay, but Riyoko tries to give her the water paint colors again, the big 36 box set. But what are these reactions? What's with that look? Do you think I tore it up? That's hogwash. Where's the proof? No way you'd know that. What a joke. No way you'd know that. Great. But now she knows. And now the rest of the kids know too. You just let the cat out of the bag. Okay, so the cafeteria is going to be moved, so in the meantime, everybody's got to do bento boxes, which everybody's so happy about, but Yamada, she can even bring one. But yeah, you're supposed to be ignoring her now. That's stupid. Trying to ignore somebody and then keep thinking about them, keep talking to me like, shit, I was supposed to be ignoring them. And yep, Yasui did not get a bento. No, when she's not close by, I feel so anxious. She looks as though she knows everything. That's what I get. Yeah, definitely what you get. But I mean, you deserve a lot worse than that. But alright, just seeing her drinking out of the faucets, is that weird? I feel like I've seen it on every anime ever. Water? Maybe she's drinking it instead of eating, but that's just normal. I mean, I guess, because she didn't bring a bento, so she's just getting water instead, I guess is what she's saying, to be fair. Bento got stolen. And yep, Yamada stole it. She's getting no food at home whatsoever. And okay, Ryoko's still trying to stop it. Intense guilt here. A lot of guilt. And okay, she goes after Yamada. Not to catch her, but to try to talk to her. But I need to tell you something. She's gonna come clean with it. But no, I'm starving. I feel like I'm gonna die. Like I'm gonna die. Yeah, I can't imagine how much she's starving. She only ever eats school lunch, which is really just bread. Haven't had anything for 4 days. Not a bit of food for 4 days. Why do we have to do this? Somebody tell me. We're still kids. We can't work or eat on our own. Yet what do I do if nobody lets her eat? What do I do for Yamada? My family has a piano, a color TV, and a car. So I never realized that. I couldn't believe it. People starving in a time with no war? Like one of those low lives. No, she's human! No, her starving is just way too sad, way too miserable! I feel so bad for Yamada. She's human just like me, she's a human being! Exactly, like, God, this is capturing how people were becoming so woke at this time. Like, I truly think people were more woke at this time than they were today in a lot of aspects. Not in every aspect, but in a lot of aspects. There's a lot of shit that we've lost. You know, the basic, the basic wokeities of life. But, like, this was truly what so many teenagers were going through in the late 60s and 70s. Why does the world have to be this way? Why is it that somebody in my own school can be starving and I can't do anything about that? Why is it that there are people starving in a time where we have no war? How is everybody not as empathetic as we are being right now? Why are we not finding a solution to this? This is perfect breakdown, perfect encapsulation of a person's guilt, eating them alive to the point where they do change and become a better person entirely. Excellent. This mangaka is so fucking good. God damn. I can't believe so rarely do I click with the mangaka so much. But fuck this mangaka. I click with so much. She's so good. Like, specifically, especially, like, what really appeals to me as well. Love this mangaka. But yeah, if you don't moderate your kindness, it'll never end. She even took a bento from someone with proper parents. You shouldn't. Yeah, seeing it in your mother. That shit's so hard to see. All these kids at this time, seeing how fucked up their own parents were. That's why so many went off and joined communes and everything like that. Because why would you want to be with your parents around like that? I'm glad that my mom is a, as she would put herself, a radical left lunatic. I'm glad that my mom is like that. But she wasn't always like that. I had to really, show her the light, and make her understand. And then once, the past couple of years, it's definitely lit everybody up a lot more. But, this whole, mindset, it's so many adults want to have this mindset of, oh, well, the thing they do to make themselves feel better is going, well, there's no possible thing I could be doing. There's no possible thing we could be doing as a society. They're just bad people for being poor. And if you say that, then you can just let it wash over you, and you don't have to think about it, and you don't have to realize how awful of a person you are. But, I mean, I had to do this every fucking time I would, spend my money on homeless people. I would just give my money away to homeless people when they asked, and then I would get scolded by it, by my parents and everything like that. And it took so long for them to understand that, I want to do, I'm not then upset and going, oh, well, now I have no money. I could have used that money on something else that was more important. What's more important? I had $200 when I went to my first anime convention, and when I got inside the doors of the anime convention, I had $20 left, because I gave almost all of it to homeless people that were around wanting money. Are they going to use it on drugs or food? I don't give a shit. I don't frankly give a fucking shit. But I'm going to be so much happier giving that to someone who needs it rather than spending it on some fucking anime figure. I don't understand. And I just, every time, not every time, but at least 50% of the time, so often I have so many memories of times where I've done something good and someone completely irrelevant to the fucking situation throws a goddamn hissy fit over it. One I think about all the time is when somebody was 5 cents a motherfucking nickel short on being able to afford a fucking burger, and they were like, oh, goddamn, that was all of my money. I don't have any more money, and I was maybe 15 or whatever, and I was like, here's a nickel. And then the cashier got so pissed at me. She was like, you don't know what she's gonna spend the money on. Yes, I do. The fucking hamburger, you bitch. That is the most ridiculous boomerang you've ever heard in my life. Where she tried to give me the, you don't know what she's gonna use that money on. You shouldn't give strangers money. Bitch, she's in line for a hamburger. And when I was in line at the pharmacy and somebody couldn't afford their medication, so I paid for it. And like, you shouldn't do that. That's gonna teach them a bad lesson. What? That people are nice? What the fuck are you talking about? They're so often, every you try to do something nice, and it's the constant no good deed goes unpunished. People fucking hate when you do a good deed for someone else because it makes them feel so bad that they're not doing that all the time. It's infuriating. But I've said it in some reactions. I don't understand the, if you do a good deed, a chemical reaction happens inside you. People understand, I understand why somebody would smoke weed and get high. I understand why somebody would drink and get drunk. I don't understand why somebody would do something nice with no benefit. Bitch, the benefit is the chemical reaction inside me that makes me feel fucking good. What are we talking about? What are we fucking talking about here? Okay, good. Mom's gonna make 2 benzos. Thank you. Thank you, Mom. That's all we fucking asked. Excuse me, what? The Yamada's family gassed themselves? They gassed themselves? What does that even mean? Forced to commit suicide because of lack of money, food, everything. Ailing mother, worried about her livelihood, takes her 3 children with her. How do you do that in a house? I guess, okay, you just tape up the windows and everything. Jesus Christ. Jesus Lord. This is the tragedy of the world we live in. Starting tomorrow, you won't be sitting next to me anymore. Now, all you bitches crying. My dad works as a district welfare officer, so he was pushing for the Yamadas to get some. Helped him out too. We were too late. And here's this half-finished drawing. She did it again, from scratch. Redrew it after all. Destroyed her only hope. God, these are such tragedies. Both. Oh my God, this mangaka knows how to write a tragedy. In the end, as long as you're actually not in the person's shoes, things will just end in shallow pity. Just shallow pity. And alright, Yamada, tomorrow, in front of everyone in class, I'll confess that I was the one to tear up your picture. I mean, again, it's still just self-pity at that point. But, if it makes you feel better, then that's what you should do. But, fuck, man, these goddamn... Ugh. And okay, this was serialized in Margaret alongside with Futari Pochi, actually. Interesting. It ran in the same issues that Futari Pochi was running in. Huh. She was doing 2 manga at the same time in the same magazine. I mean, 2 manga at the same time, not unusual at all, really. But 2 manga at the same time in the same magazine, that's unusual. Fucking hell, man. I had a lot to say about this one. The last one I liked more, but this one really hit home a lot more. So much. I mean, honestly, the thing that really hits, the hardest, is something that I haven't really seen anything else talk about or empathize with on this level, is the smell factor. That, that's just such a big thing as a kid. Smelly kids. And, it's a tough thing to talk about in general. From the perspective of the kids, from the perspective of adults, from the perspective of the stinky kids, it's just... Hygiene is such a, topic that is hard to talk about in general. And, I don't know what more to say about it we already haven't said, but just, I appreciate the mangaka for going over something like that, because it is very, very real, and it is something that, I don't have anybody against somebody being like, I don't want to hang out with this person because they smell, because it's, it's an assault on your senses. It is, as much as you want to be nice, it is a physical thing that is tough to deal with. It's just the case. And so, I appreciate it being brought up in all this. But, alright, what's our little translation note here? So, okay, toilet paper exchanging is exchanging newspaper or other pieces of unwanted paper for tissue or toilet paper. I see. Often have trucks come around neighborhoods asking for people to come exchange paper. I see. Didn't know about that, but yeah, makes a lot of sense. I imagine, similar to the aluminum can recycling stuff that a lot of people do here. I'd been very interested in this one shot for some time because of its connection to Ikeda and her politics. Done before her longer representative works that cover similar subjects, like the Rose of Versailles or the Window of Orpheus. If you get to see her raw, unpo mentality on full display. It is unflinching in its portrayal of class through the eyes of a middle-class girl, and the gap she can never quite overcome because of her status. Overall, a very lovely work. And a very lonely one as well. Like, I really, really, really enjoy the complicated feelings of Riyoko in this one. I feel like that's what I enjoy the most out of this, is those extremely complicated emotions. And I feel like that's a lot of what this mangaka is doing very well. Complicated emotions that are hard to explain and are easier to show than to tell. And she's doing it really well. Though I'm interested in saying, like, that this, he is saying not done before her long representative works that cover similar subjects. You get to see her full Anpu mentality on full display. Yeah, so we were saying that the Anpu mentality comes from this one, but I'm not sure if I saw, wasn't the Anpu stuff about the Japan and the U.S. like treaty thing, trying to allow U.S. to have military bases on Japan again and everything like that, and the strong protests against that and everything like that. But I'm not sure about any other Anpu stuff. Curious, like I'm just by the kind of people who would be opposing that. I'm sure that they had a lot of other interests, but actually that's the only one I know of. So maybe I want to look into that more. I don't know. I looked into it a little bit more, but I can't find what would be from this work. Put on, the raw Anpu mentality on full display. Unless you just mean like not her Anpu politics, but just her Anpu mentality in general, in terms of like opposing, opposing things that are unjust. In that regard, definitely 100% agree. We're just saying that, like seeing her, opposition to things that are unjust on full display, definitely agree with that here. Definitely. But yeah. And unflinching with its portrayal in class through the eyes of a middle-class girl, too. Like, at least a little bit more upper class. But, I mean, also, at this time, middle class was what we would kind of call upper class now. Like, the whole middle class in general has been eroded from so much of society in general, so. But lovely work. Thank you, as always, A12, for translating this. I thank you, everybody, for watching it. Please leave me some comments. Please leave me some comments. Please. Make this worth it. I really like doing these shoujo reactions, but to do more, I definitely going to want some comments. Let me know that it's going to be worth it. So, please leave me some comments. I will see you guys for whatever we do next. Until then, get the fuck out of here.